Chapter 246. The four major Buddhist schools join hands and the spell conference in Jinling is unprecedentedly grand. They are not monks who cheat people of incense money, but cultivators with the power of Buddha. They are good at dispelling resentful spirits and releasing souls from purgatory. Although the hostility in the blood pool is unprecedented, the power of will of the citizens of Jinling and other Huaxia people is so great that everyone hopes these innocent victims can rest in peace and be reincarnated. Therefore, when the news of the spell conference in Jinling is spread out, people all over Huaxia talk about it. People casually say, "I hope they can be free as soon as possible." Because there are so many people who say it and people in Jinling have more direct expectations, they gather a huge power of will. The eminent monks set up a magic circle and take turns to chant sutras. The power of Buddha is bright and gentle. The ignorant resentful spirits really dissipate and purify under the guidance of the power of Buddha. The blood pool is still the same, but the underground palace is not as bloody and horrible as the murder scene. When the resentful spirits disperse and the blood pool starts to clear up, the Black Lotus who is stirring up trouble in the Dragon Palace thousands of miles away finally feels something is wrong. It is like two armies in a stalemate fight, and one side suddenly has its food and fodder taken away from the rear. No matter how powerful it is, it will be shocked, scared. Because of this shock, the confusion in Lin Luoran's eyes dissipates a little. She pulls back some of her spiritual mind, and the scene of her being thrown away starts to appear in her dream again. Lin Luoran, whose spiritual mind is awake, feels that this scene has been played many times. She is a little confused. What is wrong with her today? As soon as she wakes up, the despair brewed by the Black Lotus is destroyed. Looking at the looping picture in front of her, Lin Luoran doesn't cry. Instead, she laughs. Even if it is a movie starring you, you will still feel bored after watching it so many times. Lin Luoran is so bored that she can't help yawning. Suddenly, she opens her eyes. She looks around and finds that the red threads around her body are still looking for an opportunity to drill into her body. She touches her face and finds that it is full of tears and a runny nose. Then she looks at the Black Lotus. Well, the clothes of the mummified corpse under the stem and leaves look familiar. Is it Lianping? Lin Luoran admits that she is a little sad at that moment, but the sadness is limited. It only lasts for a few seconds. Because Lin Luoran is sober, the spell completely fails. Lianping, as the medium of the spell, is the first to suffer. He is sucked dry by the Black Lotus, leaving only his skeleton and clothes. He can't be more dead. The man who used to be important to Lin Luoran is finally dead at this moment. The second one is Xian Yuanping. Her right hand, which was regenerated by witchcraft, is instantly dispirited. She spits out mouthfuls of black blood. It seems that she is dying. The third one is Lin Luoran. She is still in the circle, but the Black Lotus goes crazy for no reason. The lotus seeds explode one after another. Lin Luoran sets up countless defense shields, but she only holds on for a few seconds before she is blown away. She hits many shining booths and rolls into a pile of treasures. She vomits a lot of blood together with Xian Yuanping. All three sides were injured. Time makes the hero. And, who was useless before, suddenly becomes the only one who can decide the outcome of the battle. Little Taoist. Why don't you do it? Xian Yuanping lies on the ground. She coughs violently. It seems that she has been injured again. And doesn't know what to do. Killing Lin Luoran once or twice doesn't make any difference. However, seeing that Lin Luoran is seriously injured and her face is still wet, An's heart softens. He is not cruel to begin with. He hesitates for a moment. Suddenly, a golden light rises in front of Lin Luoran, who is rolling on the ground with many treasures. What? Rong is stunned while trying to help Lin Luoran up. That's right. Everyone who enters the Hall of Nothingness has to choose a treasure. Why does Miss Lin choose this one? Lin Luoran smiles bitterly. It's not up to her to decide. There are no treasures around her. She was hit by something when her right hand fell on the ground. The Hall of Nothingness automatically thinks that she chose it. It's such a life-threatening coincidence. It's so unfair. She throws a few circulation boluses into her mouth to prevent her injury from worsening. Now and doesn't have to choose. Lin Luoran is choosing a treasure. If she is unlucky and chooses a powerful weapon, everyone will have to stay in the Hall of Nothingness as loyal dogs. Is Lin Luoran so unlucky? The silver fish is like a child, so the fire phoenix doesn't dare to laugh at her. She feels so wronged. How can she be unlucky? The sacred bead that has been passed down in the Lin family for generations is activated by her. Without the guidance of a good teacher, she is about to waste the effect of the flame fruit. At that time, the spirit grass, that the little red snake has been guarding for years, is picked by her and her spiritual mind is activated. Even when she falls into the abyss, she meets White Fairy, a chi trainer who looks smart but is actually stupid. When she comes out, she sacrifices the poor little silver fish to the space. Buddha is merciful. If this is called bad luck, Fire Phoenix has lived for so many years and she can't find anyone who is luckier than her. Of course, Lin Luoran is in danger every time, so her good luck is not so eye-catching. Sometimes the Fire Phoenix suspects that a big boss is secretly taking care of her, arranging a shortcut for her and making many difficulties for her to hide from the search of the Tao of Nature. Is it true? The Fire Phoenix has been in a rusty head for a long time. It is the first time that it has analyzed Lin Luoran so thoroughly. As a half-soul and half-spirit, the Fire Phoenix is sweating. Only that person can do it, right? This is cheating under the nose of the Tao of Nature. How dare that person? The Fire Phoenix feels like it wants to die again. Unfortunately, it can't die again. It is so sad. The golden light is shining in Lin Luoran's palm. The treasure in her hand turns into a shell and a rattle. It is so embarrassing. However, no one dares to relax. Even Xian Yuanping can't relax before seeing what Lin Luoran has picked. The reason is that the treasure in Lin Luoran's hand takes a long time to change, much longer than before. In such a situation, this thing is not a powerful weapon. It must be a treasure. What kind of treasure is it? The golden light gradually disappears. The treasure in Lin Luoran's hand slowly appears in front of everyone. The final shape in her hand is a golden booklet. The hard paper and the style make Lin Luoran associate it with ancient memorials. It is a book without a name, so it can only be classified as a booklet. This time, the introduction of the Hall of Nothingness doesn't ring in everyone's mind. When they are thinking that it is a piece of trash, the small seal floating in the air makes a happy sound and swoops down. It automatically runs to Lin Luoran's right hand and leads her movement. A bright red seal is firmly stamped on the surface of the golden booklet. Lin Luoran is still trying to recognize the handwriting. Rong Donglin trembles and reads it out. The dragon, the seal of the Dragon King, the seal of the Dragon King? Is it something like the jade seal of the Dragon King of Dongting Lake? Xian Yuanping screams, impossible. How could you find it? Needless to guess, everyone knew that this golden booklet was most likely what she was searching for no matter what. No one can accept that it is in the hands of their sworn enemy. Xian Yuanping starts to vomit blood as soon as she moves. She can't get the golden booklet and the seal at all. Grab the booklet and the seal. If she gets it, we will all die. She says with difficulty and gasps weakly. Grab it? And frowns. As soon as he moves, the golden booklet in Lin Luoran's hand shines and covers Lin Luoran and Rong Donglin. No one can get close to them. Lin Luoran is lost in thought. They have to take this chance to leave. And shakes his head at Xian Yuanping and strides out of the hall. Since the golden booklet and the seal are back, the gate of the Hall of Nothingness has been opened silently. Xian Yuanping is full of resentment, but she still grabs the naked lotus stem with only the lotus head left. She disappears in the blood mist. Lin Luoran is in a trance. Rong doesn't dare to disturb her, nor can he stop them from leaving. He can only walk around in the hall anxiously. The more he walks, the more anxious he is. He has to hold up the booths and put the treasures back to their places to calm himself down. After doing all this, Lin Luoran is still in a trance. Rong's eyes fall on the corpse of Lian Ping. This man lived a useless life and died a dishonorable death. It's a pity that the belt is gone. Rong hears clearly that it is a storage belt. Maybe Miss Lin can also use it. He exerts a little force and the belt falls off. Because the corpse is dry, the clothes are loose. Along with the belt, 10 big pearls, which were exchanged for the rhinoceros horn cup, roll out. You can't keep what you don't deserve. Rong takes back the pearls and wipes the belt with his clothes. He is determined to get rid of the smell of Lian Ping. Along the way, Rong has been worrying about how to survive from exiling Yuan Ping and how to find the soul wood and take it out. Now he can finally relax. He wipes his belt and falls asleep on the edge of a booth. 3 hours later, Lin Luoran wakes up from the trance. She smiles for a while, and then worries for a while. Her expression is unpredictable. This small seal is indeed given by the Dragon King when he received the mandate of heaven. Together with it, there is also this Book of Heaven, or should it be called the Administrative Manual of the Dongting Dragon Palace. She has been wandering in the trance and witnessed the magnificent scene of the golden book and seal falling from the sky when the Dragon King was conferred the title. Of course, she doesn't doubt the authenticity of the book. She smiles because she has found a great opportunity on this trip. She has the golden book and seal. From now on, the Dongting Dragon Palace will belong to the Lin family. She worries that she is a commander without an army and a young cultivator in the level of laying foundation. It is not easy for her to complete the task entrusted by the former Dragon King. This is a big burden. Chapter 247. Miss Lin, they all ran away. Rong is woken up from his sleepiness. He murmurs in a daze. Lin Luoran smiles, it doesn't matter. We can go out slowly. They can't escape if I don't go out. She is now in charge of the golden book and golden stamp. The Dragon Palace has an owner, so 2 little cultivators can't come and go as they please. How can they escape if she doesn't open the door? The Dragon King left a letter saying that the Dragon Palace will be her reward after she completes the task. However, she can't touch it now. Lin Luoran doesn't know whether to laugh or cry. It turns out that she is the user, not the owner, just like the space. There is a big difference between the two. Fortunately, Rong Donglin has helped her tidy up the Hall of Nothingness. Lin Luoran is about to leave. She glances at Lian Ping's body and sighs. She uses the cleaning spell to gather the ashes on the ground. For the sake of their past friendship, Lin Luoran is kind enough to help Lian Ping collect his body. They go out and see the 7th and 8th halls, but they are also empty. It seems that the treasures of the dragon nationality are all hidden in the Hall of Nothingness. Lin Luoran is not a greedy person. She came to Dongting this time to find the soul wood. Although she only found a small piece, it is better than nothing. The Dragon Palace is really a windfall. She is lucky to have it. Out of the Jiuhua Palace, they walk along the path and through the mist. They come back to the weird thorny flower tree. Ellie's body has been covered by the sand in the flower bed of the Dragon Palace. Her face is pale and her once beautiful eyes are wide open. It seems that she is unwilling to die. Lin Luoran checks with her spiritual mind and knows that Ellie is dead. Does she hate Ellie? Maybe she did. When she was humiliated by Ellie one day ago, Lin Luoran thought about how to get back at her. However, Ellie is dead now, so Lin Luoran can't whip her body. After a moment of silence, Lin Luoran casts a fireball. The fire burns on Ellie's body, and it soon turns into a pile of ashes. Lin Luoran puts Ellie and Lian Ping together. She is going to bury them when they get out. Rong can't hide his expression of, "You are such a good person." Lin Luoran is a little annoyed. She explains, "I am polluting the environment here for myself." Rong chuckles and doesn't argue with her. The two of them had experienced life and death together. Their previous relationship between mercenary and friend had taken a big step forward. They had a tacit understanding of going through trials and tribulations together. They were now true friends. Lin Luoran doesn't care about his mockery. She puts away Ellie's ashes and rushes out of the hall. Lin Luoran doesn't see the two people who escaped before until she gets out of the gate of the inner hall. She doesn't care. The Dragon Palace has been locked by her. Without the stamp of the Dragon King in her hand, they can stay inside and wait for death if they want to hide. Lin Luoran was a little lazy. She wondered if they would starve themselves if she hadn't come to the Dragon Palace for a few years. There are pearls and treasures in the palace. Unfortunately, there is no food except for those beautiful but useless exotic flowers and herbs. Good luck. In the blue light, Lin Luoran and Rong are covered by the stamp. When she opens her eyes again, the sky is dyed with the rosy glow of dawn. The Dongting Lake not far away is dyed warm orange, which is lovely to see. Lin Luoran sees the crazy Taoist first. In such a beautiful view, the crazy Taoist's non-mainstream Taoist robe is always eye-catching and stands out. Master. At the same time, Lin Luoran also sees Huizhu, who is in a bad mood. With the crazy Taoist here, she feels more confident. The crazy Taoist smiles. I came as soon as I received your paper crane. My dear apprentice, why don't you call me master? Are you mad at me? Master? When did she become the disciple of the crazy Taoist? Lin Luoran glances at Huizhu, who is silent. She suddenly feels tears in her eyes. It turns out that the crazy Taoist wants to help her. The world of cultivation has always given her a mysterious master in the level of bearing essence. When Lin Luoran was in the level of training qi, Huizhu also used to protect himself. This misunderstanding deepens. Although she is getting stronger and stronger, she is still no match for Huizhu, who is unfathomably powerful. Now the crazy Taoist comes here to protect her. Lin Luoran holds back her emotions and follows the crazy Taoist's words. How can I not be mad at you? You received the message a long time ago, but now you are here. The others are all supported by their masters. They bully me alone in the Dragon Palace. As soon as she finishes her words, Huizhu's eyelids twitch. The crazy Taoist touches his beard. It's my fault. It's my fault. My dear apprentice, come and meet my new apprentice, your school brother. Lin Luoran cheers up. She has seen a young man in a Taoist robe behind the crazy Taoist. Because he keeps his head down, Lin Luoran can't see his face clearly. However, she guesses that he must be someone close to the crazy Taoist. Sure enough, this is the apprentice of a senior in the level of bearing essence. Lin Luoran has to pay attention to him. When the young Taoist raises his head and solemnly says, "School sister Lin," Lin Luoran feels that she is tongue-tied. Lu Zheng. School brother. Honestly, she is not pretending. Who can tell her how the jewelry owner became a Taoist in a blink of an eye? Lu Zheng seems to be a neat freak, right? He used to be meticulous. How can he stand the greasy crazy Taoist? By the way, he doesn't wear his glasses. No wonder she can't recognize him, even though the three of them are not from the same school, they are old acquaintances. Though it is inappropriate to talk about the soul wood face to face, they have endless things to talk about. Huizhu is ignored, but he doesn't complain at all. Lin Luoran hates An and Xian Yuanping for sneaking up on her, so she is not nice to the old Taoist Huizhu. The sky is bright and there will be many tourists on Mount June Island. However, Huizhu is still looking down. Lin Luoran is not in the mood to compete with him. She smiles and suggests to the crazy Taoist, "Master, you have been practicing hard. This time, you must go to the center of Chuan province with me for a while, okay?" Before the crazy Taoist says yes, Lu Zheng nods. He hasn't been home for 2 or 3 years. Though he has sent messages back, his parents must be very worried. It's time for him to go back. The crazy Taoist is crazy, so he doesn't put on airs in front of Rong Donglin, who is an ordinary person. The four of them are going back to Rong province together. Meanwhile, Huizhu's qi cultivation finally fails. Lin, my fellow cultivator, did you see in my Taoist temple in the Dragon Palace in Dongting? Lin Luoran says with a faint smile, I didn't see the outstanding disciple of Qingqing Taoist temple. But there was a man who plotted against me like Xian Yuanping. Is he in? I haven't recognized him yet. Lin Luoran looks at Huizhu without saying a word. She is no longer a rookie who knows nothing. She has to figure out the relationship between Xian Yuanping and Huizhu today. It's a pity that she can't make public what happened in the Dragon Palace. Otherwise, when she goes back, she will publicize the cooperation between the senior disciple of Qingqing Taoist Temple and the female devil for free. She wants to see how Huizhu, who always acts like, I am the leader of the righteous, will behave. Huizhu's horsetail whisk shakes slightly, my fellow cultivator, you are often forgetful. The man you saw must be my evil disciple. Please tell me where he is. If he offends me, I can take him back and strictly control him. Strictly control him? The superior of Qingqing Taoist Temple is so shameless. Just by saying strictly control him, he wants Lin Luoran to forgive him. Does he think that she is too kind and weak? Or does he think that she is a fool? She is about to get angry, but then she smiles and says, since Taoist Huizhu has said so, there is no problem. When I kill the evil woman, I will release an Taoist Huizhu, please keep an eye on him. Don't contact the evil woman again, or else you will lose the face of Qingqing Taoist Temple. Lin Luoran's words are normal, but Huizhu's face changes. The crazy Taoist strokes his beard and says angrily, did the female devil bully you? When I help you take her down, you can kill her 100 times. Lu Zheng pinches his palm to stop himself from laughing. His master is not normal again. How can he kill a person 100 times? Just once. Well, he finally realizes that the crazy Taoist and Lin Luoran are playing a two-man show. There is no need for you to do it. Why don't you let me take this female devil back to Qingqing Taoist Temple and deal with her in front of all the cultivators in the world of cultivation? It has to be said that Taoist Huizhu has not lived in vain for over 100 years. Soon, he has a good excuse. The crazy Taoist laughs and says, little Taoist, I am crazy, but I am not stupid. I didn't tell you about your relationship with the woman named Xian because I want to save you some face. I can give her to you, but you need to take her far away from my disciple. Take the young Taoists of Qingqing Taoist Temple with you. After 100 years, if you change, I will let you come back. What do you think? The woman named Xian has kidnapped many cultivators in the level of qi. If you don't kill yourself to apologize, your damn master, the master of the master, will not let you go. The crazy Taoist's threat is vague, but Lin Luoran is more straightforward. Between Xian Yuanping and An, you can only save one. This is my bottom line. Lin Luoran decides not to be a fool. She knows what the crazy Taoist means. He wants Qingqing Taoist Temple to move and live in seclusion for 100 years. He wants to create the greatest convenience for himself without killing anyone. After 100 years, if she doesn't die, the power of Qingqing Taoist Temple will not be a taboo anymore. On one hand, Qingqing Taoist Temple's 1,000-year reputation and Xian Yuanping's life are at stake. On the other hand, he has to give up his heir, and the situation he has painstakingly built. Huizhu's Taoist heart is firm, but he can't help but waver. Forget it. If all his efforts are in vain, he might as well live in seclusion with Qingqing Taoist Temple. As long as the inheritance is still there, he can come back when he bears essence. I have made my choice. You can let her go. Chapter 248. I swear by the devil inside that all disciples of Qingqing Taoist Temple will live in seclusion for 100 years and move out of the center of Chuan. All disciples of Qingqing Taoist Temple will not take the initiative to attack anyone of the Lin family. If Huizhu knows this, he will kill them himself. As soon as Huizhu finishes his words, an Xin Yuan Ping are sprayed out of the well water. If Lin Luoran hadn't quickly created a mini-world, the water column would have been in chaos on Mount June Island, which is already bright. And is not hurt. Although he is sprayed out by the water, he is still sober and hears Huizhu's words clearly. Move out of the center of Chuan. What is going on? And is confused, Abby Dean. Huizhu glances at him and says, and is expelled from Qingqing Taoist Temple from today. He is no longer a disciple of Qingqing Taoist Temple. And is like being struck by lightning. As the saying goes, a bolt from the blue. Just like how he feels at this moment, expelled. Did he do something wrong? Shaoan was puzzled. He looks at Lin Luoran and then at the crazy Taoist whom he can't figure out. Did Master Lin and the crazy Taoist coerce the Abby Dean together? Sometimes, a man's intuition is reliable. Lin Luoran just wants them to turn against each other and weaken the power of Qingqing Taoist Temple in the future. She doesn't want to keep an ungrateful person around. Temple Lord, Daoist Jr. N's talents are extraordinary. Are you going to give up on Shaoan for the evil woman? Lin Luoran seems to be kind, but she points out that it is not us who force your master to give up on you. He has a choice. Lu Zheng, who is watching silently, almost laughs out loud. After 3 or 4 years, she seems to have become a little cunning. In a world where there are fights everywhere, she finally knows how to protect herself. Not bad, not bad. Huizhu closes his eyes and doesn't say a word. And is in a daze. He murmurs, that's good, that's good. He is not sure what is good. He thinks to himself that if he had chosen to help Lin Luoran kill the evil woman instead of Xin Yuan Ping in the Dragon Palace, he would not know how to face the Abby Dean when he comes out. Now, he was just chased out of the sect and had to face a battle between master and disciple. That was already considered good enough. Rationally, and can understand Huizhu's choice, but emotionally, he can't accept it. He is an abandoned baby and Huizhu brought him up. They have been master and apprentice for so many years, but he still can't compare with the evil woman. Not to mention an Xion's pale face, Xion Yuan Ping crawls on the ground and screams, I don't need you to care. Who needs you to save me? Do you think I'll appreciate your kindness just like that? Dream on. Her injuries were very serious, and she was almost hanging on by a breath. She didn't know where she got the strength to say these brave words. Looking at her, Huizhu sighs. His stern face shows some pity. Maybe the pity stimulates Xian Yuan Ping. She coughs violently again. Looking at this scene, Lin Luoran's hair stands on end. Their reaction makes it seem that she is the wicked one. She broke up a master and an apprentice and prevented their family from recognizing each other. Tu Qiangyao is so disgusting. Maybe Huizhu doesn't want to let people watch the ethics drama for free. He reluctantly says goodbye and crushes a magic figure full of wood reiki. Then he flies away from Mount June Island with Xian Yuan Ping, who is still screaming. There are already tourists around Lu Yi Well, which is a mini-world away from Lin Luoran and others. Rome is very curious why those people can't see them. However, An is soaked and sitting beside the well. What a sin! Young man, what's wrong with you? You can't jump into a well just because of love, right? The water on his body is connected to the water in the well. Obviously, he climbed up from the well. Besides, he doesn't belong to the spirit, so it seems that he is seeking death. Lin Luoran glances at An, who is outside the mini-world and surrounded by people. Compared with killing An, being abandoned by Huizhu is the biggest punishment for An, right? Master, let's go. The crazy Taoist nods. Lin Luoran and others turn around. An is isolated outside the mini-world. Although he can't hear them clearly, he can see them clearly. Seeing that they are about to leave, he sneers, Master Lin, I didn't expect you to be such a person. What the Abby Dean did was not wrong. The tourists just think that this young man is dizzy after falling into the water and is shouting at the empty pavilion. Lin Luoran raises her eyebrows and smiles. She turns around and says angrily, "Who are you to judge what kind of person I am? What is the relationship between Huizhu and Xian Yuanping? He is her father or her lover. You are willing to help Huizhu cover up this shameful relationship, but it doesn't mean that I have the obligation to do so. Even if you sneak attacked me in the Dragon Palace, did I ever kill you to get back at you? It was Huizhu's choice to expel you. What does it have to do with me? Ridiculous." What Xian Yuanping did to the Lin family and other people in the world of cultivation, Huizhu wanted to protect her. He only asked the city of Qingqing to move out of the center of Chuan province and live in seclusion for 100 years. It's ridiculous that you call yourselves the leaders of the world of cultivation and do such a despicable thing. Don't you feel ashamed? That's all I have to say. Please don't call me master anymore. If you want to die, go ahead. If you want to go back and beg Huizhu to let you live in the city of Qingcheng, it's your own business. Lin Luoran and the others leave without looking back. And is speechless because of the series of heart-wrenching words. His face is pale, but he can't refute Lin Luoran's words. Because everything she had said was true. Walking to a place where there were few tourists, she put away the mini kiliocosm and asked a rhetorical question to vent the pent-up anger in her heart for a long time. The crazy Taoist goes crazy in front of the painted sculptures in the Xiangfei temple again. He says nonsense about coming to see the fairy again in a few days. Rong Donglin tries to walk without a stick to see if his injured foot is healed. Lin Luoran and Lu Zheng have the chance to be alone. Seeing her gloomy expression, Lu Zheng comforted her with a smile. "You didn't do anything wrong in this matter. Just now, Master also secretly told me that you're broad-minded and don't stick to small grudges. You'll naturally have great opportunities in the future." Lu Zheng says comforting words, but he feels a little helpless. The greater Lin Luoran's luck in the future, the gap between them is not narrowing, which makes him feel conflicted. Lin Luoran laughs. "Master, you don't want me to kill Huizhu and others, do you?" Lu Zheng tilts his head and thinks for a while. He nods. Grandmaster said that it was not easy for him to cultivate to the late stage of laying foundation. You know, cultivation is getting more and more difficult nowadays. If we continue to fight with each other, we will only live in loneliness without our own kind in the future. Live in loneliness without our own kind? Lin Luoran ponders over these words and sighs with emotion. Is this the state of mind of a cultivator in the level of bearing essence? She is still far from it. However, the crazy Taoist is not an ordinary cultivator in the level of bearing essence. Lin Luoran realizes this fact after a long time. Lin Luoran thinks for a while. Xian Yuanping is a bit pitiful. It's not that Lin Luoran is trying to be a good person, but it's the truth. Lin Luoran can't forgive Xian Yuanping for what she has done. Lin Luoran is clear about the fact that Xian Yuanping is poor. Unexpectedly, Lu Zheng nods. She is not very happy to have a father who values the reputation of his school and himself. Huizhu is. I thought he was my master. Lin Luoran covers her mouth. She said that Huizhu is Xian Yuanping's father in a moment of anger. She didn't expect it to come true, and even she is surprised. That's right. If they weren't blood relatives, Huizhu wouldn't have chosen Xian Yuanping over and so easily. When Xian Yuanping took her to the blood pool in the underground palace, she heard Xian Yuanping talking about her painful history. Xian Yuanping said that Xian Yuanping was expelled by her master. Lin Luoran keeps it in mind. Later, she gradually connects these things. When An and Xian Yuanping work together in the Dragon Palace, Lin Luoran thinks she knows the truth. Lu Zheng shakes his head. You are wrong. She is Huizhu's biological daughter. He points to the crazy Taoist who is still crazy. Obviously, he heard this gossip from the latter. The crazy Taoist's behavior is illogical. Besides, he has lived for a long time, so it is not surprising that he knows some gossip. Lin Luoran naturally has no doubt about Lu Zheng's words. Lu Zheng sees that Lin Luoran is no longer depressed, so he doesn't mind to talk about gossip to distract her. You will never know who Xian Yuanping's former master is. He keeps Lin Luoran in suspense, and sure enough, he attracts Lin Luoran's attention. What? Judging from her tone, could it be that she knew her master? It's Grandpa Gua. Grandpa Gua. God, compared with the fact that Huizhu is Xian Yuanping's father, Lin Luoran can't accept the fact that Grandpa Gua is her former master. Something is wrong. If so, the most powerful person in the world of cultivation is her father, and Grandpa Gua, a cultivator in the level of laying foundation, is her master. Xian Yuanping is the princess of the world of cultivation. Why does she play with evil? Lin Luoran feels that Xian Yuanping has nothing better to do. However, Lu Zheng tells her some gossip in a low voice. Xian Yuanping is possessed by the devil, and Lin Luoran is in the level of laying foundation. There is a reason why Lin Luoran entered the blood pool. Xian Yuanping was sent to Grandpa Gua, which is similar to Baojia's great-grandmother. How to put it? Xian Yuanping's mother is immortal without the Taoist root. According to Lu Zheng, the reason why Huizhu, who is talented, likes this mortal is also related to the Dongting Dragon Palace. I don't know where he got the news about the Dragon Palace, but he wants the treasures in the Dragon Palace. He wants the blood of Xian Yuanping's mother. Miss Xian and the Lady of Fortune House are actually sisters of the same clan. Don't look at me like that. It's all true. Lin Luoran shivers and mourns for Huizhu. Ellie and Xian Yuanping are sisters of the same clan, but he can suck the blood of others without mercy. Poor people must be hateful. After all, Xian Yuanping is the descendant of a mortal woman. Her Taoist root is not good. Huizhu sends her to Master Gua. He probably hides her identity. At least, Xian Yuanping doesn't know it at that time. Later, she somehow learns the secret and does something unacceptable to Master Gua. She is expelled from the family. You can guess what happened next. Lin Luoran is speechless. The Taoist root, the same Taoist root. If Xian Yuanping's Taoist root is pure, will Huizhu not send her away from the beginning? Lin Luoran thinks about the child who is not recognized by her father. No wonder the crazy Taoist tries to persuade them to reconcile. Isn't it the same as what happened to Jiang Mingyue? Is it because Baojia's great-grandmother died that the crazy Taoist does this? It makes sense. Lin Luoran sighs. It is said that immortals and mortals are different. However, cultivators like them who are struggling on the path of cultivation are still far away from the realm of immortals. However, the problem of the Taoist root is really bothersome. Not to mention the problem of her mother's Taoist root. Does cultivation really have to be like Huizhu, giving up the relationship between father and daughter and husband and wife? Lin Luoran feels that she is lost. She tries to get rid of the confusion, but another idea comes up and bothers her. Ah! Lin Luoran screams. Lu Zheng is startled. What's wrong with you? I have to find that fisherman. Liao. There must be something wrong with Liao. She has to ask him about the Dragon Palace. Chapter 249. Liao. Liao has sold his fishing boat. Lin Luoran is destined to get nothing. His neighbors, who have been fishing with him for so many years, suddenly realize that they only know his surname, Liao, but they don't know where he lives or what his full name is. That's weird. Lin Luoran can only grit her teeth and return to our city. Rome knows that she has taken over the Dragon Palace, so he refuses to take her pearls. In his eyes, those pearls are already marked with Lin Luoran's label. No matter how hard Lin Luoran tries, he only chooses 10 pearls as the reward for this trip. As for the cat's eye stone ring, Lin can only see that it is full of water reiki. She doesn't know what it is used for. The ring has chosen Rong as its owner. Rong can't refuse, so he keeps it. As for the storage belt, Rong is not a cultivator, so it is useless for him. Rong sells it to Lin Luoran at a low price. Lin Luoran forces Rong to give her the money. Rong is too embarrassed to accept it, so Lin Luoran gives him a small apartment in an elevator building newly developed by Zhang's company. The apartment is 140 square meters, only 2 streets away from Lin's house. Zhang insists on giving Lin Luoran an insider price, so he only takes 1 million yuan from Lin Luoran. The price of housing in our city is not expensive in the whole country. However, an elevator apartment in such a location and of such a high quality can't live in it. Rong gets the key and walks into the apartment in a daze. When he comes out, he still can't believe that he has become a man with a house. His hometown in Xi'an is not a good place. Seeing how the Lin family treats him, Rong is ready to sell himself to the Lin family. He plans to bring his family here and settle down in our city in the future. Mr. Zhang is a big loser. 1 million yuan is given to him with fine decoration and home appliances. The house is decorated with the best materials, but it is not ostentatious. It looks like a home. Yan Feng is envious of Lin Luoran. He only regrets that he didn't study well. No matter how generous Lin Luoran is, she can't feed him for free. The house is indeed less stinky than cash. Everyone is happy at the moment. Lin Luoran is a little embarrassed. Only an honest man like Rong wouldn't accept a storage belt with 1 million yuan. Lin Luoran feels sorry for Rong and feels ashamed. Of course, the belt is given to Mr. Lin. Mr. Lin is now a decent cultivator in the early stage of training qi, so it makes sense that he doesn't have some cultivation supplies. There is also the broadsword she picked up at the gate of the Dragon Palace. Lin Luoran feels that it is too rough to carry a broadsword. However, Mr. Lin likes it very much. He chooses a broadsword and tries to find a master to learn from. He smiles all day long. The first thing Lin Luoran does when she gets home is to take over the Qingqing Taoist temple. The Qingqing Taoist temple is empty. Huizhu didn't take many belongings with him. Lin Luoran arranges for it and then the crazy Taoist comes with Lu Zheng. She doesn't know until now that the crazy Taoist seems to want to occupy other people's ancestral home. In fact, he wants Baojia. Few people know that there is a small wood reiki mine under the Qingqing Taoist temple. The crazy Taoist has a secret method that can extract the vitality of wood reiki to nourish Baojia's body. Wood is the main vitality. Maybe Baojia can wake up earlier. As for the piece of soul wood, Lin Luoran is surprised to find that it has germinated after being nourished by the spring water in the space. Lin Luoran secretly keeps the embryo and gives the wood to the crazy Taoist. Lin Luoran is not greedy for the soul wood. Since it can be planted in the space, it will be an extra layer of protection to save Baojia. Lin Luoran plans to plant it herself. However, the crazy Taoist is surprised after taking the soul wood. Yes, Lin Luoran has never seen such a surprised expression on his face. It is an eye-opener for her. This wood is still alive. It has vitality. That's great. Lin Luoran soon knows why the crazy Taoist is even crazier than she is. She just planted the wood in the space, but the crazy Taoist is going to use the resources of the Qingqing Taoist temple to cultivate this vital wood. Give me 2 years and I will be able to accelerate its growth. It should be enough to use it on Baojia. Accelerate its growth? Lin Luoran is speechless. She wants to say that she is the best at this. She doesn't need to use the resources of the Reiki mine under the Qingqing Taoist temple. After all, she has never seen a real spirit stone. However, she can't expose the space. Lin Luoran can only pinch her nose and keep silent. She lets the crazy Taoist settle Baojia in the Lin family and she goes to look for the spirit stone to cultivate the soul wood. The Lin family's house is full of Reiki. Mrs. Lin cleans Baojia's room every day and puts many flowers in every corner. Mrs. Lin has already known about Baojia's situation. Although Lin Luoran promises that she will only wait for 2 years, she is still scolded. She shouldn't have hidden it from the beginning. Alas! Baojia, wait for 2 years. We will wake you up at the best time. At that time, you can design the jewelry you like. Baojia, the Lin family is full of Reiki now. Your cultivation will be twice the result with half the effort. You must wake up. After giving Luodong a lesson, Rong sees Lin Luoran staring at the guest room in a daze. He is a little envious. The girl sleeping in the guest room must be Sister Lin's good friend. What kind of friendship can make Sister Lin break into the Dragon Palace to save her? Time flies. It is autumn again. The leaves of the trees outside the Lin's house have begun to fall. The crazy Taoist comes from the north. He is working on the soul wood in the Qingqing Taoist temple alone. Lu Zheng follows him all over the world. In fact, he doesn't see Lin Luoran much, which makes him feel sorry. I say, if you don't want to, you should take the initiative. The crazy Taoist has nothing to do, so he kindly gives advice to Lu, who is too passive. Lu Zheng blushes and shakes his head with a smile. Baojia is like a little sister to him. Now that the crazy Taoist is his teacher, they are closer. Lu Zheng naturally has to wake Baojia up first. The deeper reason is that Lu Zheng is still not confident. Lin Luoran is already a cultivator in the level of laying foundation, while he is only at the early stage of training qi. The crazy Taoist said that he is not talented enough. He seems to be putting on a strong front, but he is actually afraid that he will delay Lin Luoran in the future. Let's wait a little longer. Finally, one day, he can stand side by side with Lin Luoran and be worthy of her. Of course, Lin Luoran doesn't know that Lu Zheng is still in love with her. She has a lot to think about when she is cultivating with her family. One day, when she plans to make boluses, she remembers that the butterfly bush flower is still missing for the foundation-laying bolus. In the tribe for cultivators, a cultivator with the ID, Tofu, has sent her countless private messages. Lin Luoran tries to reply to him, but he is online. This cultivator is smart. He knows that Master Lin will not be stingy, so he has already dug out the butterfly bush flower in his spare time. Hearing Lin Luoran's inquiry, he is ready to come to our city in person to exchange. Lin Luoran doesn't care. She has to check the quality of the spirit herbs first. She spends most of her time cultivating and eating every day. Her life is full and leisurely. Lin Luoran tidies up her space and finds that there is a pile of rabbit fur in the corner. The rabbit fur looks like a lamb, but its fur is shiny and warm. Everyone loves it to make clothes. As expected, Mrs. Lin and Wang Miao-yi love it so much that they each pick a color to make a coat. When the three of them are discussing where to send the fur, Mr. Lin comes in with a smile. Look, who's here? Behind him is a girl in red. Her nose is red from crying and her eyes are like those of rabbits. She is Li Shi, who has been caught and hasn't seen for a long time. Senior Sister Lin. Boo-hoo-hoo, I'm sorry, Senior Uncle Lin. This crying bag was once again given to everyone by Jean Daodu. Seeing that Li Shi, is holding her hand and her sleeve is stained with tears and snot, Lin Luoran feels that Li Shi, is raising a daughter out of wedlock. Lin Luoran says helplessly, "Don't call me Master Lin. I prefer it when you call me Miss Lin." Li Shi, follows Lin Luoran's advice and immediately says, "Miss. You have to save me. My master is going to beat me to death." Mrs. Lin has no time to look at the fur. She holds Li Shi's hand and calls her daughter, "Stay here and see who dares to beat you to death." Lin Luoran and Wang Miao-yi look at each other. If her master is not so fond of her, how can he spoil such a naive apprentice? Lin Luoran doesn't believe that Shi Heng is going to beat her to death. However, seeing that Li Shi, is out of breath, Lin Luoran knows that it is useless to ask. She goes to the kitchen and makes a cup of tea for Li Shi. The warm honey pomelo tea is wild honey and the pomelo is produced in the space. It tastes delicious. Li Shi, takes a sip and finally calms down. "Come and look at the fur. I can make a dress for you, okay?" Seeing that Lin Luoran doesn't ask her why, Li Shi, is stunned. Then she follows Lin Luoran to look at the fur. Black is good. White is good too. I want both. Li Shi loves the furry material so much that she can't put it down. Lin Luoran rolls her eyes, you can only choose one color. Li Shi is in a dilemma. Mrs. Lin and Mr. Lin finally realize that Li Shi is not telling the truth. They walk away hand in hand. Wang Miao laughs at Li Shi, look at you. You are too old to cry. You are such a disgrace to me. Li Shi stomps her feet, I'm telling the truth. My master said that he doesn't want me anymore. He wants to kill me. Lin Luoran smiles, there must be a reason. Tell me. If your master is wrong, I will help you, okay? Li Shi's eyes light up and she tells Wang the reason. Hearing the last part, Wang Miao spits out the tea in her mouth. What? You ran away from your marriage? Wang Miao is shocked. It turns out that there are arranged marriages in the world of cultivation. Wang Miao is amazed that Li Shi ran away from her marriage. She pats on Li Shi's shoulder and says, I didn't know that you are so daring. Li Shi wrinkles her nose, don't laugh at me. My master wants me to marry an individual cultivator. He is only at the early stage of training qi. I will marry him. Chapter 250. Even though the reason is a bit funny, Li still lives in Lin's house. She and Baojia have been living together for 3 years and they have a good relationship. Hearing about Baojia's situation, she cries and cries. She often goes to Baojia's bedside to talk to her. Baojia lies quietly on the bed with her eyes closed. No one knows if she can hear them or not. It is already September. There is a big event in Lin's family. Luodong is going to middle school. He has good grades and is admitted to a famous middle school in the R city. His good friend Wei Shui is not good at her job and misses this middle school by 1 point. Wei Shui is very arrogant. She doesn't want to pay for the expensive school selection fee, so she chooses a middle school in the west of the city. They make an appointment to be desk mates in high school. What surprises Lin is that the mysterious grandfather of Huang Weijian also comes to the surface at this time. One day, she goes on the BBS and receives a private message. It is from the unfilial apprentice, who sent her an alchemy furnace. There is only one paragraph in the message. He asks Lin to take care of Huang Weijian and the first batch of boluses will be the reward for taking care of Huang. Huang Weijian has only one family member, his missing grandfather. Lin can't help but ask him. On the other hand, the first batch of bolus he promised was more than enough to send Huang Weijian to study abroad. After asking Huang Weijian's opinion, Luodong and Huang became classmates again. Lin laughs at this awkward kid. He treats Luodong as his friend, but he pretends to be indifferent. It is so funny. Sister, Huang said that we are going to support him. Luodong is worried that Wei Shui will be separated from him because of her family. He is the happiest. Lin looks at Huang Weijian who is silent and shakes her head. This boy grows up in adversity. He is more tolerant than Luodong. Lin is afraid that he has a strong self-esteem. She explains to Luodong seriously, I am not supporting him. I owe his grandfather something valuable. I am paying for his tuition because his grandfather asked me to. It is an equal exchange. The boy raises his head in surprise. Asked by his grandfather. Could it be that the old man was still alive? No matter how precocious the youth was, he was still just a 13-year-old youth. Suddenly losing a loved one was one of the reasons why his life had been bitter this year. More importantly, the loneliness and despair of being left alone in the world would gnaw at the youth's tenacious heart in the dead of night. Was Grandpa really not dead? Then where did he go? The breeze blows Huang's bangs away. The boy stares at Lin Luoran expectantly. His eyes are bright, full of hope and vigor. Lin Luoran can't give him an accurate answer, he is also sending a message. I don't know where he is. But what I said is true. You can stay at Lin's house in the future. Huang Weijian is very disappointed. He grits his teeth and says, I can't live in Lin's house. I'm afraid that Grandpa will suddenly come back one day and can't find me. I have to live at home. Lin Luoran's heart softens. She smiles at him encouragingly and stops the topic. Mrs. Lin asks Huang Weijian to stay for lunch. Huang Weijian rushes home in a daze. Luo Dong chases after him. Hey, Huang Weijian, wait a minute. Lin Luodong comes back after a long time. He is absent-minded when he is eating. What's wrong? Huang Weijian doesn't want us to pay for his tuition. Lin Luoran puts down her bowl and asks Luodong. Luodong shakes his head, I'm thinking about how to help him find his grandpa. I've never seen Huang Weijian so miserable. Before Lin Luoran can say anything, Li Shi rubs his head and says, you should let us adults worry about this kind of thing. Just study hard. Sister Shi says she is an adult. Luodong can't help but stick out his tongue. Sister Shi you should worry about your fiancé. Ah, you little brat. Li Shi's face turns red. Her running away from the wedding has become a laughing stock. Now the hottest topic on the forum is the gossip about Li Shi running away from the wedding. Male cultivators, come on. The three people of Lin's family burst into laughter. Li Shi running away from the wedding is indeed the right choice. She is still a big kid. How can she get married? Today is the day when the school officially starts. Luodong, Wei Shui, and Huang Weijian have become close friends. The three of them have a secret meeting in the park on the night before the school starts. Even though they are not in the same class, they still want to be good friends. Of course, Huang Weijian can't say it out loud, but he doesn't object. Lin and Wei Shui take it as a yes. Luodong arrives early and sees the name list. Huang Weijian is in the same class as him. He puts down his bag and goes to the balcony to wait. He is afraid that Huang Weijian is introverted and doesn't know how to ask for directions. The autumn sun shines through the clouds. It is a nice day. There are many people in the school. Many parents come with their children. They tell their children to stay at the school gate and don't want to leave. Luodong sighs. They are already in junior high school. Why do they need their parents to send them to school? Even Lin Luoran refuses to be picked up by his parents and rides a bike here by himself. Luodong looks around. Before he sees Huang Weijian, he sees another acquaintance. Ma Ming. Ma Ming is being hugged by his mother, who is here to send him off. Ma Ming keeps saying, my son, and my sweetheart. Ma Ming sees Luodong on the second floor and he blushes. Damn it. How could he see such a shameful thing? He wipes his mother's lip print and climbs up to the second floor. He is out of breath. Luodong, why are you still haunting me? Will I still be in the same class as you? Luodong laughs, if you were in the 8th class, you would still be in the same class as me. But, Ma Ming, with your grades, why did you come here? Ma Ming is speechless. He hasn't seen Luodong for a whole summer vacation. Luodong has become sharper. The chubby boy is angry, it's none of your business. Luodong approaches Ma Ming and pretends to be fierce, your brothers didn't come with you. If you dare to be arrogant again, Huang Weijian and I will beat you up together. Ma Ming stares at Luodong with his small eyes wide open. He is so angry. Luodong, who has always been bullied by them, dares to threaten him. What is wrong with the world after only one summer vacation? The laughter of a silver bell came from downstairs. The two teenagers looked down together and saw a group of people passing by. The leader was a woman with a high nose and deep facial features. She had chestnut-colored wavy hair. The autumn in Chengdu was still very hot, but she was wearing a beige windbreaker. She was very tall. She must have heard the threats of the teenagers when she passed by, so she couldn't help but laugh. Foreign woman. Ma Ming's small eyes are shining with a light that doesn't match his age, and he seems to be drooling. Luodong pushes him. The chubby boy stares at him and calmly wipes his saliva. He tries to be a good student and says, "Hello, foreign sister." The foreign woman giggles, "My surname is not foreign," her tongue is curled, which is a common problem when foreigners speak Huaxia language. However, it is not standard, which makes her voice very nice. Ma Ming giggles. Luodong doesn't know where she learned this from. The foreign woman laughs even harder, "Principal Bao, your classmates are so interesting." Principal Bao curses in his mind, "You must be kidding. This way, please." Ma Ming finally sees the group of people downstairs. Foreign sister is not alone. The principal he saw on the school website is standing next to her. There are several foreigners and some middle-aged people who are obviously school leaders. Ma Ming recognizes Principal Bao at first glance. It's not that the chubby boy has a good memory, but that Principal Bao's hair is very distinctive. The chubby boy immediately shrinks his head. Luodong's sight is blocked by Ma Ming. As Ma Ming shrinks his head, Luodong is exposed. The foreign woman suddenly turns around and smiles at Luodong. Ma Ming envies Luodong. However, Luodong feels that there is something familiar in the woman's smile, which makes the morning colder. It's strange. He doesn't know any foreigners. Why does he feel familiar? While he was thinking, he accidentally saw Huang Weijian appear at the corner of the teaching building. Huang Weijian. Here. Here. Luodong welcomes Huang more warmly than when he saw Ma Ming. He keeps waving to the corner. Ma Ming takes a look. Huang's hair is still covering his eyes. Huang is walking slowly. Even in the most ordinary school uniform, he looks calm in the sunshine. What bad luck. Ma Ming curses in a low voice and sneaks back to the classroom. Huang's shabby canvas bag is very eye-catching. Many students are pointing at him, but he turns a deaf ear to them. When he sees Luodong waving at him from the balcony on the second floor, he doesn't even notice the warmth in his cold eyes. He is still walking slowly, carrying the shabby bag. In the bag, there is a writing brush, which makes him feel safe. When he passed by the place where the previous group of people stood, the writing brush hidden in the canvas bag suddenly trembled violently. If he hadn't covered it quickly, it would have jumped out of the bag in broad daylight, which would have scared people to death. What did Grandpa say? There is a monster. This is obviously very bad news for a boy who has just arrived at his new school on the first day of school. Chapter 251. Lin Luoran is very busy. There are a lot of chores in the space, but she doesn't even have time to rest. After coming back from the Dragon Palace, she first visited the Buddhist schools in the Four Mountains. After a tour, she made 2 sets of armors during the 6 months. She gave one to her father and the other to Luodong. Lin Luodong didn't have time to tidy up the space for a long time until Luodong started school. Spirit herbs are growing luxuriantly. She got all kinds of spirit herbs after making elixirs last time. In the strange time difference in the space, she can harvest a batch of spirit herbs which can be used to make low-rank elixirs like gathering chi bolus. Lin Luoran has always felt that she is very rich. However, when she really needs money, she realizes that she will regret not having enough money when she needs it. Lin Luoran needs a lot of money now. The treasures in the Dragon Palace are very tempting, so is the magnificent private palace. However, Lin Luoran also has to shoulder the responsibility of purifying the waters of Dongting. This is a huge sewage purification plan. Even if she sells the Lin family, it is just a drop in the bucket. The reason is that the area of the waters of Dongting is too large. Lin Luoran wants to ask the government for help. Through Master Mu, the top officials readily agree. However, the state has no money. Huaxia is rich, but it has a large population and a large area. There are too many things that need money for national defense and people's livelihood. It is not that the state doesn't want to purify the waters, but it means that all the factories near the waters of Dongting Lake must be renovated. This is a huge project. Even the central government can't ignore the local economy and force it. To restore the original appearance of the Yunmeng swampland, it also involves the livelihood of many fishermen. Lin Luoran needs to solve all these problems. Therefore, Lin Luoran has a headache. She can calm down and cultivate, but she doesn't know where to start with these complicated plans. At the critical moment, Zheng Tian shows up like a timely rain. Lin Luoran suddenly realizes that what she lacks is not only money, but also a professional. Zheng Tian, who hasn't graduated from college for several years, is actually very talented in capital operation and business making money. Otherwise, if he was just an ordinary rich second generation, the Zheng family wouldn't allow him to invest so much money every year in the cultivation industry that was not recognized by the world before. Junior Master Lin, have you ever thought that your name alone is worth a lot of money? Zheng Tian doesn't know why Lin Luoran wants to manage the waters of Dongting, but he gives his opinion after hearing her request. My name? Zheng Tian touched the empty bottle in his bosom. He had already eaten all the medicinal pills he exchanged last time. In the past year or so, the effects were astonishing. He felt that if he went into closed-door training for a period of time, he might really be able to break through the Xiantian realm in one fell swoop and step into the qi refining realm. From then on, he would transform from a mortal into an immortal and become a true cultivator. Thinking of this, Zheng Tian nods confidently, Master Lin, you are the last alchemist in the world of cultivation. Lin Luoran frowns, are you asking me to sell boluses? Although 1 day in her space is equivalent to 1 year, selling boluses on a large scale is always a bad idea. Lin Luoran feels that it is not worth it to exchange the personal ability enhancement resources of her family for money. Zheng Tian waves his hands. He doesn't dare to ask Lin Luoran to sell boluses for money. Martial uncle, it's the pharmaceutical factory. Pharmaceutical factory? Open a pharmaceutical factory in my own name? You mean, it's a pharmaceutical factory for ordinary people, not for selling boluses? Lin Luoran suddenly thinks that this plan is very feasible. What she has is not only the prescriptions of boluses, but also the incomplete book of the Lin family. All the prescriptions recorded in the book are very useful. The effect of the skin beauty bolus on Wang Miao Yi is obvious to all. The other prescriptions must also be very useful. Lin Luoran frowns a little. Zheng Tian smiles, Martial uncle, you must have your own conclusion. There are too many problems involved in the pharmaceutical factory. If you don't mind, how about asking Zhang's company to participate in it? Lin Luoran bursts into laughter, what? You don't want to sell your house? Zheng Tian is embarrassed, there are only so many people in the state of Huaxia, and the housing prices are too high. Zhang's company has already made a lot of money. If we continue to compete with our peers in building houses, I'm afraid that the bubble will burst one day. It's not good to drag Zhang's company down with us. However, in the field of medicine, as long as our medicine is effective, how many people in the state of Huaxia catch a cold every day? What about the whole world? We can make a lot of money just by selling one special medicine. When it comes to business, Zheng Tian is very smart. Undeniably, Lin Luoran is persuaded by him. After thinking for a while, Lin Luoran smiles, I will come up with the prescriptions and be responsible for building the medicine base. Zhang's company will pay the money and be responsible for the marketing. You can use my name when you try to pull strings. Zheng Tian agrees. Of course, he doesn't dare to extort money from Lin Luoran. He says that he will calculate the cost and then calculate the equity. Lin Luoran tells him to think about it himself and drives Zheng Tian away. When she calls Master Mu to ask about the feasibility of this plan, Master Mu scolds her again. It's not that Master Mu thinks it's wrong to run a pharmaceutical factory to make money. He believes in the quality of the medicine with Lin Luoran's participation. However, the pharmaceutical industry is deeply involved with the health system and hospitals. If the medicine developed by Lin Luoran is popular, many people will be sacrificed. How can people be okay with this? The Zheng family is in the real estate business. You might as well cooperate with the Qin family. Commander Qin is very influential. Master Mu's advice makes Lin Luoran blush. Lin Luoran was born as an ordinary citizen, so she knows nothing about these things. After all, this is a society where ordinary people are the majority. If she doesn't understand these unspoken rules, she can't force people to sell the medicine even though she is a cultivator. Fortunately, Lin Luoran is good at listening to other people's opinions when she doesn't understand the field. She immediately invites the Mu family to participate. Master Mu is silent on the other side of the phone for a long time. He sighs, well, the Mu family owes you a favor. It doesn't matter this time. Even if the Mu family shares in this matter, we will also participate in the construction of the medicine base. Lin Luoran has no problem with this. The Lin family is not a big family with a shallow foundation. She doesn't want her parents to be delayed by these ordinary affairs. The main focus of the Lin family is to cultivate leisurely. When Commander Qin comes to see Baojia, Lin Luoran brings up the plan. Commander Qin doesn't agree immediately as she expects. He stares at Lin Luoran for a long time. Why do you want to make money now? Lin Luoran feels guilty. Although I want to make money, the medicine is indeed effective. What do you think? Commander Qin is old and firm. He starts to gossip. Is it the medicine of Taoism? Isn't it too much of a loss for you to sell it? Lin Luoran shakes her head. If I sell elixirs to ordinary people, they will only waste the medicine. I want to develop some special medicine for ordinary people. Commander Qin stops talking. He thinks for a long time and shakes his head. You also want to develop some special medicine of the special medicine. There are so many old bastards like me who don't want to die. When they need your help, your pharmaceutical factory will run smoothly and make a lot of money. Lin Luoran puts her hand on her forehead. She hasn't experienced this before, but she is not stupid. She understands Commander Qin's words. However, she has a headache because she understands it. At first, she just wants to make money to build the sewage project of Dongting Lake. How come the plan is getting bigger and bigger? In the end, what does the Zhangs, the Mus, the Qins, and the Lins want to do? Lin Luoran has a feeling that many people in the same industry will want to marry her in the future. Commander Qin looks at Lin Luoran's wrinkled face and pokes her nose. Hey, it's useless to think so much. If you need anything, you can contact Lu Sanchun. I adopted him as my godson, so he has many connections in the Qin's family. I don't have time to run a pharmaceutical factory. You can talk to him. Lin Luoran nods. Commander Qin thinks for a while and says, Lu is getting married next week. He will hold a banquet in the military compound. You can come to the banquet and get to know each other. Lu Sanchun is getting married. Lin Luoran can't help looking at Baojia's room. Even a pig can see that Lu Sanchun, an honest man, likes Baojia very much. He has been waiting for more than 30 years, but he has never had a girlfriend. Why is he getting married next week? Commander Qin sees through Lin Luoran's mind and smiles. However, he suddenly feels old. He doesn't know that Baojia is in trouble. I forced him to get married. My grandmother knows the result of the marriage between a mortal and a cultivator. I don't know if it's right or wrong. But you know Baojia's condition. We don't know when she will wake up. Do you want Lu to wait for her for the rest of his life? The Qins are not that shameless. It turns out that Commander Qin is worried about Baojia, but he hides his worry in his heart. Lin Luoran feels tears in her eyes. She gently hugs Commander Qin. Grandpa Qin, don't worry. I promise that Baojia will wake up. She will. Commander Qin murmurs, can I wait until that day? Lin Luoran nods hard. She has seen Commander Qin's body with her clear eyes. Maybe because of the ginseng given by the crazy Taoist in his early years, Commander Qin is strong and vigorous. In this condition, it is not a problem for him to live until he is 100 years old. Knowing that he still has many years to live, Commander Qin pats Lin's hand and smiles with relief. He is not afraid of death, but he is afraid that he will not be able to take care of his only granddaughter. It was always good to live a few more years. At the very least, he could silently watch these two girls reach a height in a dozen years. Only then would he be able to pass away with peace of mind. Lin Luoran deliberately changes the topic. Officer Lu is getting married. How can I prepare a wedding gift? Grandpa Qin, you have to give me some advice. Commander Qin glares at her. He dares to make money by getting married. I will break his legs. Chapter 252. Lin Luoran sees Li Shi's fiancé before Lu Sanchuan's wedding banquet. Lin Luoran sees a young cultivator walking around outside the door after she sees Commander Qin. The autumn sun shines through the glazed tiles of the folk street, casting a golden glow on the street where Lin's house is. The young cultivator feels the fluctuation of Reiki from the protective circle of Lin's house. He doesn't dare to wander around. Lin Luoran knows that the young man with a bag is a cultivator in the early stage of training Qi. He is not very handsome, but Lin Luoran has never seen a cultivator who is ugly because of the nourishment of Reiki. His eyebrows are very thick and he looks honest and straightforward. Who are you? The young man is calm. He has seen Lin Luoran for a long time, but he doesn't walk up until she sees the guest off. Master Lin, I'm Tofu. I'm here to deliver the butterfly bush flowers. Lin Luoran pats her head. She has forgotten something these days. It turns out that she has made an appointment with this cultivator named Tofu to see the butterfly bush flowers. You are Tofu. You must be in a hurry. Come in and have a drink. Lin Luoran can't blame herself. His bag is stained with mud and his face is not white. He is not like Tofu at all. Tofu follows Lin Luoran into the house carefully. As soon as he steps in, he gasps. Master Lin's house is full of pure and gentle Reiki. Anyone who cultivates here will be so lucky. Tofu is curious and careful, just like Granny Lu entering the Grand View Garden. He only dares to look around and breathe in the air full of Reiki. As an individual cultivator in his 20s, he has never seen such a place. In fact, even the disciples of famous schools have a better environment for cultivation than Lin's house. The bead is a converter of Reiki, and it is not something that everyone can have. Lin Luoran leads him to the living room. Seeing that he is a little nervous, Lin Luoran pours him a cup of hot tea. Thank you for coming here. It must be a long way, right? Tofu shakes his head. He doesn't drink the tea and hurriedly takes off the bag on his back. The cloth was unwrapped, revealing a large bamboo tube. Lin Luoran is surprised. This bamboo tube, which is a little bigger than a teacup, exudes light Reiki. It seems that it is not ordinary bamboo. The bamboo was filled with soil. 2 spiritual herbs that looked like mimosa were planted in the bamboo tube calmly. They were at the same height as the cut. Ah, thank you so much. Lin Luoran has recognized the 2 spirit herbs, one big and one small. They are butterfly bush flowers. The larger one was covered in purple flower buds and looked to be at least 100 years old. The smaller one was much smaller, at most 10 years old. 2 of them are already beyond Lin Luoran's expectation. One of them even has flower buds, which makes her very satisfied. Of course, she was more satisfied with Tofu's attitude. This young man was afraid that the Reiki of the spirit herbs would be lost on the way, so he specially found this kind of bamboo with light Reiki to grow the butterfly bush flower. Seeing that Lin is smiling, Tofu is relieved. She must be satisfied with the 2 butterfly bush flowers. Seeing that he is finally not nervous, Lin Luoran asks with a smile, this bamboo tube is unique. Where did you find it? Holding the teacup, Tofu says, Master said you wanted butterfly bush flowers. I dug them up a few months ago, but I didn't know how to grow them. There were 3 of them, but one died. I went to many places and found this kind of bamboo with Reiki in the Sea of Bamboo in the south of Chuan province. I tried to bring it back and it worked. That's how I managed to grow 2 butterfly bush flowers. After calming down, Tofu gradually shows his talkative side. Lin Luoran doesn't mind his nagging. She quietly listens to him and thinks for a while before asking, "Can you find this kind of bamboo?" Tofu nods. He is happy. It seems that Master Lin not only wants butterfly bush flowers, but also the bamboo. His efforts are not in vain. Lin Luoran doesn't talk about the bamboo first. She asks, "What do you want for these 2 butterfly bush flowers?" Lin Luoran doesn't have a specific value for these spirit herbs. Last time she exchanged for elixirs, she just blindly thought about it. She can only wait for the price and see if she can accept it. However, Lin Luoran also knows that the butterfly bush flowers can only be sold to her. The formula of foundation-laying bolus has been lost, and spirit herbs have been modified. Except for Huang Weijian's grandfather who disappeared mysteriously, Lin Luoran doesn't know who else needs these spirit herbs. Hearing Lin Luoran's question, the young man with the code name, Tofu, seems to be struggling. When Lin Luoran is wondering, Tofu suddenly kneels down and kowtows to her, which startles Lin Luoran. "I don't ask for anything. I just hope that you can take me as your registered disciple, clean the house, and light the fire." Take him as a disciple? Lin Luoran is confused. She doesn't want to take an apprentice, she is still a dabbler. Besides, she doesn't know anything about Tofu. How can she take him as her disciple? "Hey, are you going to force me to be your apprentice?" Lin Luoran holds back her anger and says kindly, "Get up first. I'm not prepared at all. How can I take you as my apprentice?" Tofu just buries his head on the ground. He keeps saying, "I'm being rude," but he doesn't get up. Lin Luoran almost loses her temper. "Why don't you get up?" However, people are visual creatures. Lin Luoran has a good first impression of Tofu. Seeing him like this, she thinks for a while and says, "Do you have any difficulties? Do you know what it means to be a registered disciple?" Tofu raises his head, "I know. I don't ask for your inheritance. I don't ask for elixirs or cultivation methods. I just want to get rid of the name of an individual cultivator." Lin Luoran sneers, "I'm an individual cultivator myself. If you want to ask for a title to bluff others, you'd better go to those big schools. I can't help you. No one would take someone as his apprentice for such a reason." If it weren't for the strict hierarchy in the world of cultivation, Lin Luoran would suspect that Tofu is here to make fun of her. "Master." Tofu is anxious. He doesn't know how to explain. His forehead is sweating. When Lin Luoran is about to kick him out, Li Shi'er's voice comes from the door of the living room, "Sister, do you have a guest today?" Li Shi'er comes back with bags and passes by the living room. Lin Luoran guesses that Li has gone shopping again. Lin Luoran only nods to her because she wants to kick Li out. Li Shi'er is about to go back to her room, but she falls back. The bags in her hand fall to the ground. She points at Tofu in the living room and screams. Her scream wakes up the cyan little fox which is dozing off on the island in the backyard. It thinks that a strong enemy of Lin's family has come, so it rushes to the front yard. Wrapped in the golden feather, Goldie, who was still an egg after more than half a year of incubation, also moved inside the egg. A small crack appeared on the huge round shell. What a killer! Li Shi'er's scream is definitely a killer. Lin Luoran covers her ears and waits for Li Shi'er to stop screaming. Then she shouts, "What happened? Tell me." Li Shi'er's nose twitches and the corners of her eyes turn down again. This is a sign that she is going to cry. She keeps her fingers on Tofu and says pitifully, "Sister. He is Yuan Yi. He must be here to force me to marry him." Individual cultivator, the early stage of training qi, forced marriage. Lin Luoran can easily connect these keywords together. She sees the cyan little fox staring at the tofu on the ground. Oh, it should be called Yuan Yi. Mrs. Lin rushes over from the kitchen with a kitchen knife in her hand and asks in a panic, "What's wrong?" What's wrong? Lin forces a smile. Mom, let me introduce him to you. This is Yuan Yi, ahem, Shi-er's fiancé. Mrs. Lin almost drops the kitchen knife. Li Shi-er's fiancé. Mrs. Lin thinks to herself that this young man is quite spirited. She straightens her clothes and decides to go back to the kitchen to make some dishes. The cyan little fox walks back to the backyard gracefully. It runs back and rolls on the bamboos around the island. It's so fun staying in Lin's house, especially after the arrival of this human named Li Shi-er. There are dramas in Lin's house every day. Now that Li Shi-er has a fiancé, it will be even more lively. He lives not far from our gate. He has been pulling my hair since I was a kid. I hate him the most. I don't want to marry him. Li Shi-er sobs and tells her old grudges. Lin Luoran hands her a tissue. While listening, she notices the expression of Yuan Yi, who is sitting at the end of the table. Well, he is embarrassed and restless. Lin Luoran believes that this is not a forced marriage. Clearly, they are childhood sweethearts. But Yuan Ye's tricks are too lame. He even tried to attract Li Shi-er's attention by bullying her. Tut, tut. When Li Shi-er finishes, Yuan Yi scratches his head and says, Master Shi, I did propose to Master Shi. But I didn't force him to marry me. Lin Luoran raises her eyebrows. Did Shi Heng say yes? Yuan Yi nods. He is no longer nervous. Shi Heng values Li Shi-er very much. According to Li Shi-er, Shi Heng and Yuan Ye's dead master were good friends, so Shi Heng forced Li Shi-er to marry Yuan Yi. Lin Luoran guesses that this is not the case. Shi Heng must think highly of Yuan Yi, so he gave Li Shi-er to Yuan Yi. One of them likes Li Shi-er and the other says yes. These two self-righteous men never ask for Li Shi-er's opinion. They poke a hornet's nest and the little girl is so angry that she runs away from home. Lin Luoran thinks for a while and says, Do you really want to be my apprentice, Yuan Yi? Yuan Yi is stunned and nods in surprise. Lin Luoran sneers, Don't be too happy. If you don't have any spells or elixirs, you will be willing to be my apprentice if the marriage between you and Li Shi-er is cancelled. Li Shi-er stops crying. She stares at Lin Luoran with her watery eyes. Lin Luoran is so powerful that she can cancel the marriage. Yuan Yi looks at Li Shi-er. She is obviously happy. He feels bitter and kneels on the ground. I will. Master, please accept my greetings. He is willing. Li Shi-er blinks her eyes. Happiness comes so suddenly that she forgets to smile. Lin Luoran smiles. There is something in her smile. What a smart young man. The pavilion closest to the water enjoys moonlight first. Lin Luoran doesn't care about Yuan Ye's thoughts. She wants to build a pharmaceutical factory and there is no one in the Lin family. Yuan Yi, the extra Yuan Yi, finally shows up. Chapter 253. Recently, Lin Luoran has been living a comfortable life. Yuan Yi is in charge of the construction of the pharmaceutical factory and she asks him to communicate with the other three families on her behalf. As for Lin Luoran, she goes to the Qingqing Mountains and chooses a col next to the Qingqing Taoist temple to build a pharmaceutical base. The soil here is fertile and the basin between the mountains is huge. Because of the soil layer, there will be no hidden danger of a lot of water. It is the best place to plant a large number of medicinal materials. The only thing to worry about is flash floods. Therefore, at the beginning, she needs to build some drainage ditches. Apart from the space, when it comes to planting medicinal herbs, Cyan Little Fox may say it is the second best in the world of cultivation, but no one dares to say they are the first. This call is chosen by the fox after a tour. Although it is going to plant a large number of ordinary herbs instead of spirit herbs, Cyan Little Fox still bursts out of Lin Luoran's unimaginable enthusiasm. Lin Luoran watches the fox jumping in the forest. It stops to smell the soil in the col which is still overgrown with weeds. Then it pulls up the grass to check the moisture of the soil layer. It is like a king who must inspect his vassal country before stopping to think. The fox's serious expression makes Lin Luoran feel that Zheng Tian's idea of building a pharmaceutical factory is really right. Cyan Little Fox is born to identify medicinal materials. The backyard of Lin's family is still too small. Maybe Cyan Little Fox is only really happy when it is busy like this. Lin Luoran looks at the large hills and is full of confidence. She has heard a saying before, be a good person when you are weak and do good things when you are in power. She is not a black-hearted pharmacist. In the future, the medicine produced by the pharmaceutical factory will definitely save many people. She believes it. Lin Luoran chooses the place and goes to the government to discuss the contract. The Qingqing Mountains are rich in vegetation. Nowadays, people advocate afforestation. Some leaders have scruples and don't dare to contract the mountains for logging. However, Lin Luoran uses it to plant medicinal materials, which makes some leaders think about it. Lin Luoran dares to get involved in the pharmaceutical industry on a large scale. Who would believe that she doesn't have some background? Lin Luoran chooses a few contiguous valleys, which cover a total of 400 or 500 acres. If she really wants to build a medicinal material planting base here, the main roads in the mountains are different. First of all, mechanical planting is ruled out. Then some local labor problem will be solved. Seeing the success of the base, the villagers will naturally follow. It is not impossible to revitalize the economy of a small area. All these are political achievements. Who doesn't want to be promoted? Even if someone were to promote him, he would still have to produce some results himself in order to enter the eyes of the big shots. This plan was completely feasible. The leaders already have a plan in mind, but they still have to pretend. Lin Luoran is a little tired of contacting them several times. But after all, she had been in society for several years and was not a noob who was ignorant of the ways of the world. Even if there were people in the court, sometimes the little devils were more difficult to deal with. She could not afford to offend these people. Otherwise, in the future, they would always cause her trouble and disturb her cultivation. Lin Luoran has never paid attention to people like him. She doesn't remember the conflict. Seeing Chao Liang's careful face, Lin Luoran finally remembers who he is. Zheng Tian said that everyone is useful. Sure enough, Chao Liang, a playboy with all kinds of poisons, takes over. At this critical moment, the considerate Zheng Tian sends Chao Liang to help her. Zheng Tian said that everyone has their own uses. Chao Liang, who used to be a playboy with all kinds of poisons, takes over the project. Soon, Lin Luoran has a breakthrough. Within a week, Chao Liang sends the contract that Lin Luoran has discussed for several times to Lin Luoran. After all, Lin Luoran is a woman. She doesn't know these low-level officials as well as Chao Liang does. After several sugar-coated bombs and bombardment of high-end baths, they all feel that Chao Liang is a good man. Chao Liang has gained some benefits. This is indeed beneficial to the local people. Let's do it. Even though they have been officials for a long time and they have all kinds of problems, many low-level officials are not so evil that they can't be cured. The Chinese are used to talking business at the table. Chao Liang knows when to put on airs and when to make a toast. Both the host and the guest are happy. Of course, the contract is signed quickly. Lin Luoran takes the contract and says, Chao is a good man, but he has a bad temper. Chao Liang holds back his joy and nods, I've changed, Master Lin. Lin Luoran doesn't point out the way he calls Chao Liang. Chao Liang follows Zheng Tian and calls Lin Luoran, Master Lin. Lin Luoran, who is becoming more and more like an otaku, doesn't think about why Chao Liang is working so hard. Lin Luoran hasn't gone out for a long time and has been focusing on cultivation. She has never thought about the situation outside the state of Huaxia. Since the shocking scene on the Tianfu Square was filmed, many young cultivators in the world of cultivation become less cautious. That is to say, People often see cultivators riding on swords in the news. People finally know that these people are not immortals, but cultivators with great power. The cultivators in the state of Huaxia are called cultivators. It is no secret that there are such people in the state of Huaxia. Many ordinary people are thinking about how to learn immortal spells and seek immortality like those cultivators. Of course, immortality is impossible. Even if the information about the cultivation world is updated, the most powerful cultivator is only in the level of bearing essence. How can it be called immortality? Although a cultivator's single attack is powerful, the world of cultivation is declining nowadays. Cultivators in the level of bearing essence don't want to make a move easily. Nobody has the power to topple a country or overturn the sea like the Qi trainers in ancient times. With a missile, the defensive circle of each school in the state of Huaxia can't even defend itself. The Earth is heading towards a technological civilization. The declining world of cultivation can only serve as a deterrent. It has all kinds of privileges, but it can no longer decide the direction of civilization. Master Mu and the others signed the Treaty of Peaceful Coexistence between cultivators and ordinary people. The most important clause of the treaty is that cultivators are not allowed to kill innocent people. Otherwise, they will be punished by the whole world of cultivation. After such a treaty is submitted to the leaders through Qinyun, many uneasy big shots show a satisfied expression. The state of Huaxia is developing, and the country needs stability. Cultivation has no national boundaries, but cultivators do. After all, they were born and raised on this piece of land. Can this special group help others? Not to mention the fact that the invasion of the state of Huaxia has only been a few years, and Master Gua, a cultivator who made great contributions at that time, is still alive. Besides, the special department has been around since the founding of the state of Huaxia. They have made a lot of contributions, so the top officials have a good impression of cultivators. Well, they are just a group of cultivators who are better than traditional martial arts but not immortals. They can still coexist peacefully and benefit each other. Firearms give confidence to those in power. In this delicate balance, people are gradually told about the existence of cultivators. Compared with the top officials, ordinary people are more concerned about whether they can learn the arts of immortals or not. There is an upsurge of cultivation among the people. Many people are eager to learn the arts of immortals. They often meet to exchange their experiences. However, no matter Master Mu or Shi Heng, they are willing to accept more apprentices and share the resources with limited resources. Only those who are particularly talented and have the Taoist root of two natures can have a chance to become an immortal one day by this lucky chance, which is hard to say whether it is a pie or a poppy. The gate of immortals is ethereal. Where can one knock on it? All these are the reasons why Chao Liang respects Lin Luoran so much. The video of what happened in Tianfu Square is circulating everywhere. Others can't recognize the swordsman in the funny shirt, but Chao Liang can't. The swordsman who fought the giant snake is his childhood friend, Zheng Tian. Also, Rong Donglin flashes in the video. Chao Liang can recognize Rong Donglin even if he is burned to ashes. He once suffered a great loss. Chao Liang didn't need to use his brain to figure out who the woman who saved them was. So, Zheng Tian's school uncle is a mysterious cultivator. This realization makes Chao Liang feel embarrassed in his dormitory for a long time. He is afraid that he will never be able to open his eyes again one morning because he has offended a cultivator. Zheng Tian sensed Lin Luoran's anxiety, so he sends Chao Liang here this time. Words are no proof. Chao Liang needs to get to know Lin Luoran in person. Lin Luoran is actually a good person. She won't care about the little conflict between them. After getting the contract, the woman walks around the mountain with a little cyan fox in her arms. When she is excited, she tells him what she is going to plant here and what she is going to plant on that hillside. It is hard for Chao Liang to associate her with the high and mighty cultivator in his imagination. However, it seems that she is a nice person. Chao Liang's worries are mostly gone. He decides to do a good job in this base. As a playboy, Chao Liang hasn't thought about whether he can become a cultivator one day. His idea is simple and his purpose is clear. Chapter 254. The construction of the pharmaceutical factory goes well. The medicinal herb base of the Lin family in the Call has been cleared out and started to plant in 1 month. Some plants are transplanting, and some are sowing. Angelica and Poria cocos are common medicinal herbs. Ginseng, which can only be used as medicine after a few years, is also planted in the shallow forest on the hillside. There are paths in the forest. Lin Luoran thinks that it is better to pay more than to destroy the green water and mountains. Therefore, she plans to carry the medicinal herbs out of the base by manpower instead of building cement roads. The Zhen family is the leader in building houses. They send several engineering teams and soon many wooden huts are built around the base. Ginseng and other medicinal herbs are very precious, so the whole base must have its own guards. These things need to be built slowly. For now, they hire experienced hunters to guard the base. The wooden huts are dotted on the hillside. Looking down from the top, the flattened Call has a wide view. As long as there are no blind spots, a few huts in each Call are enough to help each other. After building the wooden huts, the engineering team starts to build the staff dormitory. Lin Luoran only has one requirement. The construction of the dormitory must not be rushed and the foundation must be solid. It is difficult to transport cement in. Lin Luoran thinks about it and decides to build a wooden building with 3 floors. Each room has its own bathroom, which is the size of a standard room in a hotel. In the future, there will be a single bunk bed like in the dormitory. In fact, 500 acres of land doesn't need many people. The initial employees are all local villagers. Lin Luoran heard that they provide food and accommodation. It is close to home. Is planting medicinal herbs more difficult than farming? Therefore, many people want to work here. Compared with planting crops step by step, in fact, medicinal herbs need more careful care. At least when sowing seeds, Lin Luoran has seen Cyan Little Fox watering different kinds of medicinal herbs. This is like a special talent of the little fox. The little fox is very good at it. However, Lin Luoran didn't take it out from the underground world to make it a coolie. The Cyan Little Fox will be exhausted if it has to water the 500 acres of land. They needed professionals. Professor Qi introduces her to several old friends of the Agricultural University. They have both theory and practice on planting. Lin Luoran really wants to keep these old professors. However, she knows that she doesn't have enough influence. Therefore, she has to ask them to recommend some of their favorite students. It's boring to work in the mountains. Lin Luoran offers them a generous salary. They just graduated from the university and need to find a place to practice. There are always people who are willing to stay. Especially when Lin Luoran gives them some high-quality seeds, these young people suddenly feel that they have made the right decision to stay. Happy to see the prey, happy to see the prey. Why are all these poria seeds so big? The wolfberries were also plump and rosy. They had to be planted and observed properly. Lin Luoran sees them leaving happily with bags of seeds in their hands. She is happy to send the waste away. Since the space has expanded a lot, Lin Luoran didn't leave out the Chinese herbs she planted first. Unlike spirit herbs and spirit medicines, the harvest time for them is very short. Lin Luoran has collected many seeds that have evolved for many generations. She gives a few of them to the top students of Agricultural University, which is enough for them to study for a long time. Well, should I turn the whole base into optimized medicinal herbs? Forget it. It's better not to be too shocking. It's better to mix some seeds with them. Despite this thought, Lin Luoran still adds some spring water from the space to the newly dug well in the base. She hopes that the base will bear fruit soon. Yuan Yi, look at this mountain area. I'll leave it to you. They stand on the hillside, overlooking the mountain people who are busy farming, watering, or tidying up the grassland. Lin Luoran draws a circle to show that this area belongs to the base. Yes, Chao Liang does a good job. Compared with Lin Luoran, who only wants to rent some land at the beginning, Chao Liang gives Lin several mountains as a contract for the sugar-coated bathing and wine party. Lin Luoran never thought that she would own several mountains one day, even though the contract only stated that it would be a few decades. Lin Luoran looks down at the call and smiles. After a few decades, no one knows who she will hand over the base to. Anyway, she will not manage it. Yuan Yi pinches his thigh. He originally thought that Lin Luoran accepted him as an apprentice to do hard work. Yuan Yi is indeed a hard work, but he didn't expect that it will be to grow medicinal herbs. Yuan Yi likes all kinds of herbs and plants, as well as mountains and rivers. Otherwise, he wouldn't have traveled all over the mountains, found butterfly bush flower, and found bamboos with reiki in the bamboo forest in the south of Chuan province. Of course, it needs luck, but it also needs hard work. After getting along with Yuan Yi for more than a month, Lin Luoran finds that this young man is very focused. He has a meticulous mind and excellent planning ability. Lin Luoran often feels that if he does science instead of cultivation, he may be more successful. However, what makes Lin Luoran worried is that Yuan Yi becomes a troublemaker when he sees Li Shi. He feels uncomfortable if he doesn't bully Li. Lin Luoran doesn't know whether she should laugh or cry at such a childish behavior. Is every genius retarded in some aspect? Well, is it true? Should she remind Yuan Yi to change his strategy? Lin Luoran's kindness only lasts for a few seconds. Forget it. If Li Shi leaves, no one will be willing to manage the base for her. Poor Yuan Yi. He needs more practice. Well, that's it. The cyan little fox is reluctant to go back, so Lin Luoran asks Yuan Yi to take care of it while she goes back to the city. Stepping on the thick leaves, Lin Luoran walks along the mountain road and climbs over a mountain. She can see the corner of the Qingqing Taoist temple hidden in the dense forest. Is the crazy Taoist still busy? Lin Luoran thinks for a while. She doesn't go around and check on them. The crazy Taoist is calcining a kind of ore powder. When he sees Lin Luoran, he moves his fingers slightly and the ore with flames disappears. Lin Luoran is curious and envious. The crazy Taoist laughs. This is called bolus fire. It can be used to make elixirs and medicines, but it is too difficult to make weapons. You will have it when you bear essence. Bolus fire. Lin Luoran nods secretly. Lu Zhen comes out with a black ore in his hands. He is happy to see Lin Luoran. You are here. Well, what are you holding? Well, this is a dark stone. It is used to fertilize the soul wood. Is everything going well in the base? They are chatting casually. Lu Zhen feels that the throbbing feeling he had 4 years ago is coming back. Unfortunately, Lin Luoran seems to be very slow and he doesn't know what to do. However, Lu Zhen is not in a hurry. Confidence is one thing. Besides, the Lin family has built a medicine base near the Qingqing Taoist temple. They will have many opportunities to meet in the future. You have chosen a good place to plant herbs. Grandmaster said that it is a good place. The wood reiki flowing out from the mine under the Qingqing Taoist temple all flows to that place. Lin Luoran is suddenly enlightened. No wonder Cyan Little Fox seems to have chosen that place after going around the whole Qingqing mountain. Is there a reason? With the nourishment of wood reiki, it is hard for the herbs to not grow well, right? It is a pity that the wild weeds in the valley have taken advantage of them. In such an evening, in the ancient Qingqing Taoist temple, 2 young people are talking under a tall ancient tree. Their silhouettes are very beautiful. They always make people feel the beauty of the long time and the tranquility of time. The view in the mountain is very good. The crazy Taoist touches his greasy beard. His Taoist robe is blown up by the night wind. He slowly walks out of the yard. What a pig-like apprentice. Anyone can have a secret love? Well, you are going to suffer a lot. In the same mountain, because of autumn, the famous red leaves of fragrant mountain have begun to change color. More and more tourists come to see the scenery. From the back of the mountain, the well-maintained fragrant mountain villa is as new as it used to be. However, the third master of the Mu family is sleeping like a dead pig on such a nice day. Chapter 255. The adults are busy with the medicine base. Even Mr. Lin, who used to be a mountain walker, is very interested in the base. He often goes to the base to have a look. Luodong is so busy that he inevitably neglects the young one at home. Luodong feels that he has finally melted the iceberg named Huang Weijian. Because Huang takes the initiative to hitch a ride, the back seat of Luodong's bicycle, every day after school. Under the pressure of being laughed at by Fatty Ma Ming, Huang is very loyal to his job. He says that there are many tourists in the folk street and there is a lot of garbage there. He will never go back empty-handed. In fact, Huang is right. Huang does get a lot of things every day. Luodong doesn't doubt this reason and accepts it. After a month, even the shopkeepers of the folk street know this boy who is dressed in a famous middle school uniform but picks up garbage every day. The monster in Huang's imagination still doesn't show up. Every night before he goes to bed, the boy is thinking about whether he should continue tomorrow or not. Is it possible that he is wrong? No way. Grandpa said that the bald pen is most sensitive to monster Reiki. It can't be wrong, right? Is it because his cultivation is too low that it affects the bald pen's judgment? The youth tossed and turned in bed between such affirmation and self-denial. No matter how precocious he was still a 13-year-old youth. He did not have a clear understanding of his own ability, and he did not understand the origin of the bald old pen. Huang doesn't tell Luodong's family that there might be a monster in the school. He just tries his best to protect Luodong on his way home. Tomorrow, he will go to every corner of the school. Maybe the bald pen is too old to work. Huang makes up his mind and finally falls asleep before 12 o'clock. The next morning, he gets up early and checks the classrooms, the playground, and the dormitory while there are still few students. Still, he finds nothing. When Luodong enters the classroom, he sees Huang sitting in his seat. He seems to be upset. Upset. Luodong thinks that he is wrong. Even icebergs have expressions. Huang Weijian, you are so early today. None of your classmates are here yet. Even if he comes early, there is still half an hour before the class starts. The classroom is still empty. Why does Huang Weijian get up so early? Luodong's casual words enlighten Huang Weijian, classmate. How could he forget that the monster might be hiding among the students? It could be someone from another class, another grade, or even a staff member of the school. Huang Weijian was not in a hurry now that he had found a breakthrough. He planned to look for her during the break when the school was overcrowded. Luodong knows Huang's personality. He doesn't expect Huang to answer him. He is used to answering his own questions. Is it because you haven't finished your homework? The young man's eyes, hidden under his bangs, twitched. He comforted himself, I'm magnanimous and won't bother with him. Half an hour is a short time. A new day of study begins soon after the bell rings. Luodong is thinking about the difficult parts of the lesson and forgets about Huang's abnormal behavior today. However, Huang is indeed abnormal today. Why does he run out of the classroom after every class? Luodong decides to take care of his friend when he comes back. He wants to see if he has a stomachache. It's not right for him to go to the bathroom all the time. However, before Luodong has time to take care of his friend, he sees the head teacher waving at him. Luodong, come with me. The Lins always respect their teacher. Luodong always listens to Rong. Hearing the head teacher calling him, Luodong stands up quickly and follows the head teacher to the office. Huang Weijian, who is suffering from diarrhea, comes back to class on the bell. His desk is empty. He is not familiar with his classmates, so he has no one to ask. His old rival, Ma Ming, who is sitting 2 seats away from him, sneers, Luodong was caught by the teacher. He deserves it. Called by the teacher. Huang is relieved. Luodong is the model of a good student in the class. He is enthusiastic to his classmates, respectful to the teacher, and good at studying. Huang can't think of any teacher who would deliberately make things difficult for Luodong. Ma Ming makes a face at the back of Huang Weijian. Coincidentally, he is caught by the teacher on the podium. The teacher asks the little fatty to stand up and answer the question. Ma Ming mumbles for a long time, but he can't answer the question. All the students in the class laugh. The fat boy's face is shaking with anger. He feels humiliated because of Huang and Luodong, who used to bully him. He sits down and secretly texts his former followers. You guys skip class and ambush me at the school gate this afternoon. After a while, the other side asks, ambush who? How many people do you want to bring? Ma Ming is furious. Who the hell do you want to bring? They are not gangsters. Thinking that they are going to deal with 2 people, he replies angrily, bring more people. We'll talk when they come. Receiving a positive answer, the fat boy puts away his phone with satisfaction. He smirks at Huang's back and buries his head on the desk. He has an appointment with Mr. Zhou. It's better to be early. When Luodong comes back, the class is almost over. As soon as Luodong sits down, Huang frowns. The bald pen, which has been silent for a month, trembles slightly as if it is reuniting with a family member. Monster Reiki. Luodong is stained with Monster Reiki. Who did you see just now? Huang Weijian lowered his voice. What? Is Huang concerned about me? Luodong also lowers his voice and tells Huang what happened. It turns out that a European financial group donated a library to a famous school in our city and is planning to have an exchange program. The school is also a famous school in the UK. The head teacher wants to recommend Luodong, who is the best in all aspects of the class. That's why Luodong was called to the principal's office. He asked about Luodong's opinion and showed it to the person in charge. That's why Luodong came back so late. Exchange student? Huang feels that he has grasped something important. He asks, just you? Luodong shakes his head, there are more than a dozen people. I heard that they must be good at English. I'm not good at English. I don't want to go. Huang nods. Luodong doesn't like English very much. He always finishes his homework. However, after one trip, the bald pen is moved by the Monster Reiki. Is this a monster that Huang can deal with? Ask your sister to pick you up today. I have something to talk to her. Huang thinks for a while and decides not to tell Luodong about the monster in the school. Luodong is an ordinary person. Telling him about the monster will only make him scared. It won't help much. Luodong thinks that it is true, so he sends a message to Lin Luoran after class. Then he puts the matter aside. My sister said that she is still in the mountains. She will arrive in half an hour. Why don't you tell me and I'll go back and ask her? Luodong pushes his bicycle and stands on the sidewalk beside the school gate with Huang. The parasol trees are peeling and the sanitation workers are cleaning. Luodong suggests to Huang. However, the boy is looking at the crowded school gate vigilantly. He doesn't hear Luodong's suggestion. Is it because of his pride that he doesn't want to tell me? Luodong mistakenly thinks that the boy's silence means that he doesn't agree. He doesn't ask further and waits patiently with Huang. The sun is shining brightly. Students rush out of the school. The crowded school gate is now empty after 10 minutes. Lin Luoran hasn't come yet. Huang doesn't see the monster either. Fatty Ma Ming, who was ambushing in the other alley, was already impatient. What is wrong with them today? Why are they guarding the school gate? There is a snack shop in the alley. Ma Ming has finished 3 servings of potatoes and a dozen skewers of mutton. Luodong and Huang still haven't come. The chili noodles of this snack shop are delicious. One of the followers feels his tongue numb. He says in a low voice while panting, "Boss, there are not many people at the school gate. Let's rush out and fight." "Ah, boss, why are you hitting me? Ouch! The little follower hugs his head and shrinks on a small stool. Ma Ming is holding a plate of wolf's teeth land in the snack bar. He knocks the little follower several times, and the flesh on his fat face shakes. Fight at the school gate? Are you trying to get me expelled? Motherfucker, do you think this stupid selective school is cheap? My old man has paid so much money, and it's all for the sake of digging my blood. Now you want me to get expelled for nothing and waste my future inheritance. Charging up to fight, was that still considered an ambush? These idiots. Ma Ming stuffs a potato into his mouth and feels superior in terms of IQ. What is his father's is his own. Ma Ming does a good job. The owner of the snack shop laughs. All middle school students have fought before. They run a small shop. They don't need to be nosy. The teenagers who just entered middle school are all shocked by Ma Ming. The boss is indeed the boss. He keeps flattering Ma Ming and stuffs potatoes and mutton skewers into his mouth. Let's wait. A black Lincoln stops. The door is pushed open. A handsome blonde guy walks towards the two teenagers with a serious face. The bald pen is buzzing. Huang Weijian presses his canvas bag so hard that his knuckles turn white. How dare they fight in broad daylight? Luodong, yes. You are Luodong, right? The handsome guy looks familiar. Is he from the European delegation that he saw outside the principal's office today? Luodong nods subconsciously. I said I won't go to the exchange program. Why are you looking for me? The handsome guy smiles. Our lady said that you might be willing to talk. Let's talk in the car. This time, Luodong realizes that the guy is speaking in Chinese fluently. What lady? Luodong is alarmed. Sorry, let's talk in school tomorrow. I have to go home. He pulls Huang Weijian to leave. Luodong is sweating. He feels that his feet are being watched. He has a feeling that the bald pen is going to break out of the bag and attack the car. Ah, this is interesting. Let's take both of them. A female voice comes from the car. It is in Chinese. Huang Weijian doesn't even have time to attack. He is led to the car by the voice. Huang Weijian. Come back. It's dangerous. Luodong yells. The handsome guy smiles. It won't be dangerous if you go with me. He takes out a folded silk handkerchief from the pocket of his suit and shakes it in front of Luodong. Luodong's armor has no reaction to the drug. Luodong passes out soon. Let's go. The car door is closed. The Lincoln moves into the traffic. Ma Ming and the others are stunned. One of the followers says, Boss, someone is robbing us. The fat on Ma Ming's face is shaking. Robbing? That's kidnapping. In a panic, he sneaks a few glances at the Lincoln passing by. The window is half rolled down. He sees a woman with wavy chestnut hair and a high nose. It's her. A foreign woman. Witnessing a kidnapping, which is like a movie, makes them excited. They don't know what to do. The fat guy calms down quickly. Boss, 3 more potatoes. The follower's mouth is dry. Boss, aren't we leaving? Ma Ming's eyes are shining. Damn you. Did you write down the license plate number? Chapter 256. On the way, Lin Luoran has a strange feeling. How should she put it? Her eyelids will keep twitching before something bad happens. Her eyelids are twitching. However, the traffic on the first ring road of our city is not smooth. It's hard for Lin Luoran to speed up. The closer she gets to Luodong's school, the stronger the feeling becomes. Lin Luoran steps on the brake and stops the car in front of the school gate. The 2 kids don't wait for her at the school gate as promised. Lin Luoran calls Luodong, but his phone is turned off. Lin Luoran calls her mother, but she doesn't go back either. Strange. Lin Luoran opens the door and gets out of the car. It's still the path of the parasol tree. The fallen leaves have been swept away. The smell of people and the foul air of the city has left almost nothing behind. No, if she smells it carefully, there is a faint smell that makes her extremely uncomfortable. What is it? Since she started her cultivation, she has met many people. She has smelled a disgusting smell from the dead Zhou Yaowei. She smelled it in the Blood Pool underground palace. As for Xian Yuanping, her personal ability is high, so she doesn't feel it often. Come to think of it, if her memory rewound, she had smelled it on those vampires. The night of Bermuda has passed for a long time. Vampires haven't appeared in Lin Luoran's life for a long time. It takes her a while to remember that the disgusting smell is the same as the smell on the vampires. The bloodline. Did something happen to Luodong and Huang Weijian? Lin Luoran finally knows why her eyelids are twitching. No matter what happened to the two kids, she didn't even know that the bloodline had reached the R city. Excuse me. A short and fat boy approaches Lin Luoran. Lin Luoran tilts her head and sees the fat boy who is smiling so hard that his eyes can't be seen. Because of Fatty Chui, Lin Luoran doesn't have a bad impression of this kind of guy. She recognizes him immediately. Luodong's former classmate. Lin Luoran saw them fighting in the 6th grade. Lin Luoran restrains her worry. Oh, I remember you. Luodong's former classmate. Your name is Ma Ming, right? Hearing his name being called out by the celebrity sister, the little fatty was so excited that his face turned red. Yes, can I call you sister? I'm in the same class with Luodong. We're good friends. Oh, Sister Lin, I saw Luodong and another classmate being kidnapped. He must have been kidnapped by the bloodline. Lin Luoran secretly adds. She still asks anxiously, did you see who kidnapped him? Ma Ming nodded fiercely. It's a foreign woman. That woman even came to our school. On the first day of school, the principal accompanied her. A female vampire. Good. Everything matches. Lin Luoran squints, revealing a dangerous aura. Lin Luoran's bottom line is to hurt her family. Seeing the change in his celebrity sister's expression, the little fatty took out a piece of paper as if presenting a treasure. It was the price list of a cheap snack bar, with crooked letters and numbers written on it. Sister Lin, I copied the license plate number. Please go and save Luodong. I'm worried about him. Chongqing CXXXX. Lin Luoran takes the paper and says, thank you. Come to my house when you're free. The little fatty was waiting for this sentence. He nodded and said anxiously, Sister, please go and save Luodong first. Lin Luoran started the car and spread out her spiritual mind. When Lin Luoran's car was far away, Ma Ming's followers came out of the snack bar and said, Boss, we're not here to beat Luodong. Why did you save him? The little fatty said with a straight face, do you know what kind of people get kidnapped? The little follower shook his head. Another follower asked carefully, rich people. Ma Ming shook his head and said, rich and powerful people. Since Luodong is not poor, we can try to make him join us. We can beat him, but the bad guys can't bully him. These words are very insightful for a 13 or 14-year-old boy. His followers are better at flattering him than some adults. Their flattering words are eye-opening to the owner of the snack bar. Ma Ming is almost dizzy with the flattery of the boss, who is the most loyal and so on. The little fatty laughed heartily. If I don't infiltrate these two stinky brats, how can I show my loyalty? You must be saved, the smell of people, the smell of fermented garbage, the smell of stray cats and dogs, the gas from burning gasoline, and the turbid air between heaven and earth. If Lin Luoran didn't search for the smell of the bloodline, she wouldn't know that the smell in the city could drive people crazy with the bead as an air purifier. Minister Chen, can you give me an explanation? Why didn't I get any news that the bloodline has arrived in the R city? Lin Luoran didn't find the car either. She didn't know that she drove the wrong way, let alone the smell of the bloodline. Lin Luoran's tone of voice was not very good because she got nothing. According to the usual practice, as long as alien cultivators came to China through the normal way, local cultivators should have been informed by the special department. Alien cultivators must have different intentions. On one hand, they should be on guard. On the other hand, they could help the country to keep an eye on aliens. This was supposed to be a win-win situation. However, Lin Luoran didn't get any notice this time. She was caught unprepared. Chen Yun sounded surprised. The bloodline entered China. I didn't get any report at all. Fellow Taoist Lin, could they have entered through illegal means? Lin Luoran simply hung up the phone. Enter China illegally? Which stowaway dared to visit a famous school in public? Lin Luoran didn't want to listen to Chen Yun's official talk anymore. She trusted her allies more than the special department. The official force, countless surveillance cameras, and the so-called Skynet must be feasible. In case Commander Qin was worried, Lin Luoran went to Lu Sanchun directly. Lu Sanchun hasn't finished his wedding leave yet. After hearing Lin Luoran's statement, he puts on his coat and is ready to go out. Hearing that he is going out, his new wife comes out of the kitchen. Hey, where are you going? Didn't you say you would make dumplings with me? Something happened to the Lin family. I have to help. Hearing that it was the Lin family, Mrs. Lu stops and smiles, then go and come back early. Lu Sanchun has already rushed out of the door and is contacting acquaintances. Mrs. Lu leans against the door of the kitchen and stares blankly for a while. When the water in the pot is boiling, she remembers to turn off the fire. Lin Luoran's wedding gift, a necklace made of pearls from the Dragon Palace. The necklace is made of pearls and is supplemented by emeralds. There are red coral brooches, emerald earrings, and bracelets. Last time, she was joked that she married a poor officer's bestie. She married a middle-aged fat boss who is also a spendthrift. However, this set of jewelry makes her speechless. Thinking of this, Mrs. Lu feels relieved. The car disappeared in the western suburbs. It was captured by the last camera. There was no exit in the middle and it was surrounded by streets. However, the next camera didn't show any trace of the car. As for the license plate number you provided, we have verified that it is a fake license plate and we can't find the owner. It is the first time that a Lincoln is used to commit a crime in our country. The technician points to the video and explains to Lin Luoran. The places where the black Lincoln had appeared were all edited together. Counting from the school gate, it passed by Folk Street, which was not far from the Lin family, and finally drove to the western suburbs, until it disappeared from the street in broad daylight. That's right, this Lincoln disappeared in broad daylight. The picture of it passing by the Folk Street makes Lin Luoran feel like a naked provocation, which makes her sneer. Brother Lu, thank you for the trouble tonight. I will treat you to dinner after I finish my work. Lin Luoran remembers the road in the video and stands up. Lu Sanchun says seriously, do you want me to take some people to go with you? Lin Luoran shakes her head. Ordinary soldiers are no match for the bloodline. Seeing Lin Luoran walking out, the technician wonders, Brother Lu, your friend didn't call the police. Lu Sanchun laughs, I already did. Don't worry. Thank you so much for tonight. Lin Luoran walks out of the traffic police station. Li Shi has been waiting for her at the door. Besides her, Yuan Yi and another young cultivator whom she doesn't know are also there. Sister, how is it going? Lin Luoran hesitates, who is this? I am Xiao Xiaomu, a member of the special department in the R City. I am here to support Master Lin under the order of Minister Chen. The young man is still childish. He looks like the group of young cultivators who went to the secret land with Lin Luoran. They have never been touched by blood. It is the first time for Lin Luoran to meet the clerk of the special department in the R City. He is too young. Lin Luoran is dissatisfied with Chen Yun, but she doesn't want to hurt the young man's confidence. She asks the three of them to get in the car together. Lin Luoran hasn't seen Li Shi for a long time. She seems to be about to break through the middle stage of training Qi and enter the late stage. Yuan Yi and Xiao Xiaomu's cultivation is not high. Lin Luoran doesn't know how their combat ability is. The atmosphere is not relaxed, and the atmosphere in the car is very low. It is the first time for Xiao Xiaomu to see the legendary Master Lin in the world of cultivation. It is said that Master Lin's brother was kidnapped by the bloodline. Xiao Xiaomu doesn't know how he is now. Li Shi can't help crying when she thinks about what Lin Luodong has been through. Under such circumstances, Yuan Yi will not bully her. He is not afraid of fighting with the bloodline at all. He came to the school with his skills. If he wants to be recognized, he has to work harder. Soon, the car arrives at the western suburbs. There is an ICBC on the street. Lin Luoran remembers clearly that the Lincoln disappeared in this section of the street. She stops the car by the roadside and the four of them get out. It is 9:30 in the evening. The western suburbs are not prosperous and this is just a small town. The dim street lights are already on. There are not many pedestrians on this street. Lin Luodong and the others get off school at 4:20. Plus the time they spend waiting for her at the school gate, the two kids have been missing for at least 5 hours. Lin Luoran is anxious when she thinks about what might have happened to them. There is nothing unusual on this street. How can the car disappear? It is easy to create a mini-world, but that is the method of cultivators. The bloodline is a foreign race with strong physical bodies. If they could also cast spells, Huaxia cultivators would not have been able to suppress them for so many years. What had happened in the middle of all this? Yuan Yi is meticulous. He looks around the street and the shops that are still open. His eyes fall on a little girl who is selling flowers at the corner. She is wearing a thin coat and red leather shoes. She is shivering in the night wind. The crowd has thinned. Why is she still waiting here? She only has one rose in her hand. Why doesn't she go home? Master, look. Lin Luoran looks at the direction where Yuan Yi is pointing. She immediately finds the abnormality that Yuan Yi has noticed. Little girl, why don't you go home? Lin Luoran bends down and asks. Lin Luoran seems to be smiling. In fact, she is afraid that this harmless little girl is a well-hidden bloodline and will suddenly become violent. However, when the flower girl sees Lin Luoran, her eyes shine. Excuse me, are you Sister Lin? Lin Luoran nods. A sister asked me to give this flower to you. I have been waiting for you for a long time, but you didn't come. I was about to go home. The little girl raises the rose in her hand. It is beautifully wrapped. Under the street lights, the trembling dewdrops on the petals can be seen. This rose is very bright. It seems that it has just left the branch. There was a large red invitation letter with a butterfly knot on it. The relief of an ancient castle gave off a gorgeous yet gloomy feeling. To my most distinguished guest, please come to the Blood Clan's masquerade ball at midnight with this rose of love in your hand. It is your crystal. Crystal, it is her. Lin Luoran thinks of the pale bloodline woman who always looks at her with a strange smile. Lin Luoran draws a line on the invitation with her fingertips. Rose of love. Did Crystal come all the way to our city from Europe just to ask her for a dance? It's a small chapter. 3,700 plus. Second chapter. Please accept it. Chapter 257. At 11:48 p.m., people in the town have gradually fallen asleep. Lin Luoran is standing in front of an abandoned old building of the textile school. She doesn't look gentle. The rusty door, the original color of the ceramic tile walls, and the vines crawling all over the trees, the abandoned building gave off the smell of decay from the inside out. Only the roof, which was either pointed or round, was covered with colorful porcelain, which showed that it was deliberately designed in the European style many years ago. Is this the reason why vampires choose to live here? Lin Luoran arrives at 11 o'clock, which means that she has been standing at the door for more than 40 minutes. She is holding the disgusting Rose of Love and wearing a cheap pearl and emerald feather mask, which she bought from a small shop on the street. Her eyes are exposed and most of her face is covered by the mask. She is wearing a new dress of this season from a famous brand. Li Shi-er forced her to put it in the space a month ago. The gold strapless dress with complicated hemlines makes Lin Luoran look like a golden mermaid. She also feels cumbersome. Lin Luoran has to play with them. She looks down at her watch. There are 5 minutes left. On the other side of the road, 3 young people are looking at Lin Luoran from the window. Li Shi-er, who has known Lin Luoran for a long time, Lin Luoran's new apprentice, and Xiao Xiaomu, who came to help Lin Luoran today, all of them can feel the pressure from Lin Luoran. The 3 of them don't have invitations. It seems that they have come for nothing. The minute hand overlaps with the hour hand, and then the second hand. When the 3 hands of the watch of different lengths overlap, a solemn bell rings on the roof of the old building. It's 12 o'clock. It's like the sleeping castle suddenly wakes up in the night. The mist is everywhere, and the lights in the old building area are gradually lit up. Music comes from afar. The iron gate of the old school is opened from the inside. A red carpet is laid out. In the melodious music, girls in medieval dresses come out one after another. If it weren't for their pale cheeks and the unique smell of the bloodline, Lin Luoran wouldn't be able to recognize them. Lin Luoran really thinks that what she is seeing is just a scene of a European medieval dinner in a movie. While she was hesitating, a young girl lifted her skirt and bowed in greeting. "Distinguished guest, please follow me." The grammar was very archaic. Was it old-fashioned English? The girl bowed. Through the low-cut dress, her smooth collarbone and white neck could be seen. Her waist is slender. Her blonde hair is curled up, and she wears a pink silk bow on her head. The hollow mask can just cover her eyes. She reminds Lin of Princess Sissy in the movies. She is beautiful and playful. She is a standard European palace beauty in the Middle Ages. Even the girl who welcomed them was so beautiful. Vampires were indeed a race that cared about appearance. Lin Luoran smiles and follows her without hesitation. Li Shi-er and the other 2 girls also want to go in, but the rest of the girls of the bloodline giggles. They push and shove, and the door is closed. Only their laughter and the corner of their skirts can be seen in the light. Li Shi-er stomps her feet angrily. "Why didn't you try harder? You could have rushed in." Yuan Yi looks at the sky and Xiao Xiaomu hurriedly follows. They are all young people who cultivate in the deep mountains. Unlike their peers in the city, they may have already reached the realm of no limit in their hearts. How dare they push the soft breasts that are particularly eye-catching because of the dress? However, Yuan Yi can't ignore Li Shi-er's temper. Yuan Yi smiles and says, "Call me brother and I will find another way to get in." Li Shi-er sneers, "According to seniority, you are my nephew now." The carpet under their feet is very soft. The fluff is at least an inch deep. Stepping on it is like stepping on a cloud. The dress is clean when it passes through the carpet. British-made cashmere carpets are not cheap in the state of Huaxia nowadays. As far as the eye could see, the entire building area was covered with a long carpet. Including the violinist, the cocktail waiters, and the well-dressed and masked people who were chatting under the trees and by the swimming pool, there were no less than 100 people in this masquerade ball. Over 100 vampires. Lin Luoran feels that the situation is not very optimistic. Naturally, the building area had completely changed. The simple places that could not be changed were all covered with precious flowers and trees. The places that could be changed, such as the leaves, were so clean that they even emitted the fragrance of grass and trees. There were hazy and dreamy colored lights, ribbons, buffet food on the long table, and bright candlesticks. If it were not for the exquisite pastries on the long table that exuded a faint smell of blood, one would not be able to tell that this was the territory of the blood tribe. Hey, why are there human beings here? What a fresh face. Are they new blood slaves? A drunk young man of the bloodline is trying to touch Lin Luoran's exposed arm with his pale and slender hands. Lin Luoran doesn't know where the mask on his face is and the bow tie on his tuxedo is untied. Before Lin Luoran can twist his hands, the girl who brought her here has poured the red wine in the young man's hand on his face. The red wine drips down from the young man's face to his exquisite neckline. The young man finally sobers up a little. His handsome face is a little twisted. Lin Luoran seems to see a small flame on his head. However, the girl's words are more effective than the red wine. She puts out the flame immediately. "Andy, this is Miss Crystal's guest." The young man of the bloodline apologizes. Lin Luoran walks past him and doesn't even bother to look at him. This is just a low-rank bloodline. Even people of Yuan Yi and Xiao Xiaomu's personal ability can deal with it. Lin Luoran panicked just now. However, after a closer look, she finds that the vampires in the yard are not powerful, which gives Lin Luoran confidence. After the girl takes Lin Luoran away, another man of the bloodline laughs in a low voice, "Andy, you are so bold. You dare to mess with a cultivator who is definitely one of the top 5 cultivators in the state of Huaxia." Andy's pale face turns even paler. Is she the one that Miss Crystal chose? The man of the bloodline laughs, "Cheers to the moonlight of the state of Huaxia tonight." Andy's glass has been splashed with his own wine. He can't drink. Lin Luoran hears their conversation clearly. Does this man of the bloodline not know that she has good hearing, or does he not care about what she says? If the latter was the case, then it would not be a happy fact. What is Crystal's choice? Lin Luoran hates these ambiguous words when she thinks that the man of the bloodline is a woman of the same sex. The tallest old building is brightly lit. 2 silhouettes are reflected on the wall, which is infinitely beautiful. The young man with brown curly hair is not wearing a mask. He is very good looking. However, the baby fat on his cheeks adds some childishness to his handsomeness. He is more like a tall boy with a Shota face than a young man. The boy is looking around when Lin shows up at the corner. He looks at Lin for a while and says seriously, "Crystal, I have to say that your taste has been deteriorating in recent years. How can an Asian girl who looks like a bean sprout be more attractive than European beauties with slender waists and huge breasts?" The boy's words ruin the cuteness of the boy. It's a pity that Lin feels so sad. Crystal stares at Lin Luoran without blinking. She is the most accurate person I have ever seen in my life. "Roddick, my dear brother, I hope you won't take her away from me. Otherwise, I won't care about our brotherhood." Being called brother by the beautiful Crystal reveals the age of the Shota face. He teases, "Your whole life. Little sister, have you forgotten that you've lived for 480 years in this lifetime?" The two of them argue. Crystal puts the bat in front of the window. The bat, which Crystal loves very much, opens its half-closed eyes and looks at Lin's right hand through the high window. The bead is hanging quietly on Lin Luoran's right hand. The bat's eyes are red. Lin Luoran suddenly feels that someone is staring at her maliciously. Chapter 258. That damn bat. It's not an ordinary bat. The fire phoenix screams in the space. Lin Luoran nods, "Yes. Aren't you worried?" What it could sense was definitely not something simple. The bat couldn't sense it because there was a spatial barrier. Speaking of which, he should be in existence from the same era as it, so how could he still be alive today? Lin Luoran admits honestly, "I am worried." "Don't worry." Fire Phoenix is furious. It ignores Lin Luoran and cuts off contact with her. Of course he's worried. He's worried that Crystal, the psycho, is here with bad intentions. He's worried that she might hurt the kids. "Honorable guest, if you go upstairs, you will see my master." The vampire girl brought her downstairs, but she didn't go any further. Instead, she gathered her skirt and retreated. The old wooden stairs creak when Lin steps on them. Is this the former library of the textile college? Who knew? The building was very tall. She walked all the way to the 8th floor before she saw a door that was unlatched. Dim yellow light shone from inside. She stepped forward and pushed the door open. Crystal is still the same. Her hair is shinier and her cheeks are a little rosy. She is in high spirits. However, Lin Luoran does not pay attention to the vampire's appearance. For years ago, the vampire might not be able to defeat Wen Guanjing without the help of the ring. Looking at her now, Lin Luoran can feel the raging smell of blood. The vampire is powerful. Her level of cultivation is the same as Lin Luoran's. In fact, the vampire is even more powerful. If he relies on the space, what does Crystal rely on? Could it be the bat that Fire Phoenix is afraid of? Lin Luoran thinks about all these thoughts. Then she looks at the other man of the bloodline. Dana has slightly curly chestnut-colored hair and a high nose. Lin Luoran is surprised. The vampire family is not like the family of human beings. Who is this vampire? Crystal smiles. As Lin's personal ability improves, her blood is full of Reiki. Riddick can't help but want to kiss her. Oh, my lady, you are definitely the most beautiful Oriental woman I have ever seen. Lin Luoran looks down and ignores him. Crystal giggles, this is my brother. You can call him Riddick. Of course, you Chinese may be more used to the name Riddick. Where is he? Crystal shrugs, the moonlight is so beautiful. Let's not talk about such boring things. I brought the red wine from the UK. Won't you come and have a drink? Crystal points to a long dining table behind her. The table is covered with a gorgeous lace tablecloth, brass candlesticks, silver tableware, and goblets glittering like crystals in the candlelight. A rose bouquet with dew on it is placed in the middle of the table. The one missing is the same as the one Lin Luoran held earlier. Riddick pulls out a chair for Lin Luoran like a gentleman even though he has been snubbed. What the hell were these two siblings up to? It seems that if she doesn't drink with them, they won't talk about Luodong and Huang Weijian. Lin Luoran was going to force them, but the bat is here. Lin Luoran has to do as the host says, so she sits down casually. Are you going to treat me to some dessert made with human blood? I'm sorry, but I don't like it. Crystal smiles brightly, of course not. Apart from blood, the only thing we can drink is wine. Of course, we will treat you to a drink. She claps her hands and the door opens silently. A Chinese woman comes in with a wine cabinet. There are delicate desserts and steaks on the cabinet. Lin Luoran looks at the food. The food is not mixed with blood. The Chinese woman who is pushing the cart is also a human, not a member of the bloodline. She is so docile that Lin Luoran finds her familiar. Seeing that the woman is pouring wine, Lin Luoran suddenly remembers that this woman was in a very popular TV series a few years ago. She played the role of a good wife and mother. Baojia laughed at her for being so similar to Lin Luoran. Why is she here? Lin Luoran remembers that this star used to be popular. How did she end up being a servant of the bloodline? Lin Luoran stays calm. It's not the time for her to explode. Crystal seems to know what she is thinking. You think we forced her to do this, don't you? Lin Luoran doesn't answer, which makes the star panic. Master didn't force me. Master, please don't drive me away. Lin Luoran swirls the wine in her glass and takes a sip. The sweetness lingers in her mouth. The wine is indeed good. As for the female star who wants to be a servant, Lin Luoran doesn't even look at her. Crystal seems to be determined to irritate Lin Luoran. She asks the female star to roll up her sleeves in front of Lin Luoran. There are 2 teeth marks on Lin Luoran's pale wrist. Crystal puts the wrist to her mouth and bites hard. Lin Luoran can hear the sound of blood being sucked. Riddick cuts a special steak with a knife and puts it in his mouth. After eating elegantly, he explains, this lady has volunteered to be a blood slave of the bloodline. Lin Luoran raises her eyebrows, oh. The female star's blood was sucked out, and her face had a hallucinatory look as if she was high on drugs. With the moonlight pouring into the room through the window and the flickering candlelight, there was a kind of seductive and breathtaking ghostly feeling. However, Lin Luoran's attitude is so perfunctory that Crystal loses interest in her performance. Lin Luoran sends the female star away, wipes the blood on the corner of her mouth, and looks at Riddick. Riddick looks more interested. He starts to understand that this female cultivator from the state of Huaxia is different from others. Some women are like daisies, which need to be taken care of. Some women are like wild roses, which can hurt one's hand if you are not careful. Vampires will encounter the first two kinds of women in their long lives. Another kind of woman is like Lin Luoran. You think you know what she is thinking, but it turns out that your plan is wrong. She is powerful and doesn't need your protection. You can't control her easily. You have to keep chasing after her and make yourself stronger so that you can control her body and mind. Riddick smiles, showing his cute canine teeth. Judging from his appearance, he does not look like a 500-year-old vampire anymore. Lin Luoran sees the eye contact between them. She finishes the wine in her glass and wipes the corner of her mouth. Can we get down to business now? The bat's small eyes flash with emotions that no one can understand. It flies out of the window quietly, the noise in the courtyard comes in through the window. This used to be a conference room in the old building of the textile school. Now it is decorated into a luxurious suite by the vampires. Lin Luodong looks at the steaming food and says to Huang Weijian, "Shall we play another game?" There is a game of Go in the suite. Lin Luodong has learned a thing or two from Rong, but Huang Weijian doesn't know how to play. Lin Luodong suggests that they play Gamoku with black and white pieces. After the initial panic of being captured, the two of them had been playing 5 in a row for a few hours. Huang Weijian shakes his head, "You will still lose the next game." Lin Luodong smiles bitterly, "Then what should I do? If I don't divert my attention, I will be tempted by the steaming food." "You said that I can't eat it." The boy seems to be very distressed. Huang Weijian says again, "They are all monsters. The food is made of human blood. You can't eat it." Lin Luodong wails. "Monsters?" He doesn't believe it at first. This is the suburb of our city. How can there be foreign monsters in the courtyard? However, when he tries to communicate with the blonde man who guards them, the blonde man shows his fangs and Lin Luodong shuts up. Lin Luodong thinks that monsters are like Goldie and the cyan little fox. Huang Weijian said that they eat people. Huang Weijian doesn't want to play chess with him. Lin Luodong sighs and rolls around on the sofa, not caring about his image. Lin Luodong, "We are caught by monsters. Aren't you afraid?" Lin Luodong is from a family of cultivators. Even though he has no ability, he is still so bold. Huang Weijian is surprised by Lin Luodong's carelessness and boldness. Lin Luodong stretches, "Of course I am. But I know that my sister will come to save me, so I am not afraid." Huang Weijian, "What about you? Last time, you were able to deal with the snake. There is only one monster guarding us. Can't you deal with it? Why don't you run away?" Huang Weijian doesn't say anything. He wants to say that Lin Luodong can't run away. However, he still hopes that Lin Luodong's sister will come to save him. What about the old man who has been missing for a year? He always brags about his abilities. Will he come to save him? Outside the window, there is a tall asmanthus tree with an intoxicating fragrance. Suddenly, the branches shake abnormally. Someone is coming. Lin Luodong is happy. Huang Weijian points at the door and shushes him. Chapter 259. A transparent fishing line quietly extended into the room from the window. She avoids Luodong's face and goes through the room. The fishing line is thin, long, and translucent. If Luodong and Luodong didn't look out of the window, they wouldn't have noticed it. Huang looks at Luodong's face and guesses that Luodong probably knows who is coming. He is a little discouraged. It seems that it is not his grandfather. The fishing line is long and it slips out of the door. After a while, they hear the blood line moaning outside the door. Then it is silent. It must be tied up. Luodong stares out of the window. A golden light flashes and the iron bars of the window are cut like tofu. A small white hand grabs the iron bars to avoid making any noise. Li Shi-er sticks her head out of the window and waves to them. The shadow of the laurel is swaying. The courtyard where the bloodline is having a party is not far away. Li Shi-er sneaks in quietly. She is not only brave, but also successful. Even Luodong is surprised. Sister Shi-er is famous for being muddle-headed. When Yuan Yi also sticks his head out of the window, Luodong immediately understands. Is it because of the new apprentice of his sister? Yuan Yi waves to them. Luodong and Huang come to themselves and walk to the window. The window is not big. Yuan Yi jumps in and opens the door. The bloodline is tied up tightly. Somehow, he has passed out. Yuan Yi nods to Li Shi-er. She moves her fingers and the fishing line wraps around her wrist again. Let's go. Yuan Yi sprinkles a bag of powder on them, indicating that they can go. The fishing line flies out of Li Shi-er's wrist again and wraps around the bedpost in the room. She grabs Huang first, not Luodong. The teenager is surprised. Shouldn't she save Luodong first? However, Li Shi-er grabs his wrist and jumps down from the 5th floor with the fishing line. The wind whistles on Huang Weijian's face, mixed with the fragrance of bay. Those monsters are having a party in the yard. Huang Weijian can smell the disgusting smell between the tall flowering trees. Monsters are supposed to have sensitive senses. How come they don't notice the two people who are just a few steps away? Perhaps it was because of that bag of strange powder. While Huang Weijian is thinking, Li Shi-er grabs him and swings him out of the high wall. A young cultivator that Huang Weijian doesn't know is waiting there. Li Shi-er puts him down and jumps back into the wall again. He tried to talk to the cultivator, only to find that there were fine beads of sweat on the cultivator's forehead. He was pinching a strange seal with his hand, directing the abnormal white fog in the yard to wrap them up. So the monsters didn't notice? Huang Weijian was very smart and quickly figured out the key point of the matter. The white mist covered his body, the powder covered his smell, and the magical fishing line magic weapon. That was how he was saved, right? Huang Weijian thinks for a while and takes out the bald pen to prepare. Those monsters have searched him, but the bald pen is too broken. They throw it back without hesitation. Unfortunately, the canvas bag they have been carrying for many years is torn. Time seems to be slowed down. Xiao Xiaomu directs the white fog. Huang Weijian looks at the high wall alertly. Why hasn't he come out after such a long time? Huang Weijian suddenly realizes that the laughter inside the wall has disappeared. Did the monsters finish their party? The bald pen touches the wall and the ink disappears. Huang Weijian takes the opportunity to jump onto the wall. The fog is very heavy. Huang Weijian looks out from the top of the wall. In the window where the railing has been cut, 3 people are pushing each other. A bat is floating in the air, flapping its wings. The bald pen seems to have seen a ghost. It flies out of Huang's hand and flies to the bat. The crooked curve is the bald pen's writing. Chu Shi Biao. Sister Shi-er, go. Lin Luodong knows that he is a hindrance, so he keeps pushing Li Shi-er. Yuan Yi smiles bitterly. The window is surrounded by the bloodline, whose eyes are shining with red light. They can't get away. The bald pen rushed to the bat's side. It turned its head, not paying any attention to the ugly pen. Very quickly, the bald pen used its actions to attract the bat's attention. It was already halfway through the writing, and the characters flashed with golden light as they leaped out from the tip of the pen. A large net covered the bat. The smell of burning spreads. The bat is burned by the golden net. If Crystal had seen this, she would have been astonished. The bat, who doesn't take the bald pen seriously, tastes the bitter fruit in a moment. The surrounding vampires are in an uproar. Yuan Yi knows that this is a golden opportunity. He takes out 2 porcelain bottles from his arms and smashes them on the ground. A burst of dust is flying. The ubiquitous white mist provides a good opportunity for the dust to spread. The inconspicuous powder soon makes these vampires sleepy. Their eyelids are so heavy that they want to close their eyes and have a good rest. The bloodline are pushing each other to stay awake. Let's go. Yuan Yi pushes Lin Luodong to Li Shi-er. Li Shi-er wants to pull him, but Yuan Yi shakes his head. Li Shi-er stomps her feet and swings out with Lin Luodong in her arms. The white fog wets their hair. The wind is cold on their faces. Li Shi-er swings the fishing line higher and higher. Finally, she is standing on the high wall. Li Shi-er sees the sword behind her. The bloodline screams. Lin Luoran looks out of the window. Of course, the white fog can't block her eyes. Li Shi-er is standing on the wall with Lin Luodong in her arms. Huang Weijian's pen has stopped the bat temporarily. The wings of the bloodline are covering the sky. Yuan Yi is holding a flying sword shining with green light. He is cutting the black wings of the bloodline. Nonsense. Lin Luoran says in a low voice. However, there is a faint smile on her lips. How did the 3 of them get to the yard? Crystal's face pops up from the side. Is this your apprentice in terms of the relationship between you and Huaxia? He is not that powerful. Lin Luoran smiles. Among the 3 of them, Li Shi-er's personal ability is higher. It is already beyond her expectation that she can get to the yard and save people. Xiao Xiaomu is too young. As for Li Shi-er, her personal ability is not related to her brain. Is it him? Yuan Yi. Lin Luoran looks at Yuan Yi, who is fighting with the bloodline. Yuan Yi is calm and he has improved his personal ability. He should be a good helper. The bloodline is about to pull Li Shi-er and Lin Luoran to the wall. Lin Luoran moves her fingers slightly. A beam of fire comes out of her fingertips. The fire passes through layers of white fog and passes by the tip of a bloodline's nose. The bloodline is so hot that he flies backward. Fire is the only thing that can end the immortality of the bloodline. The European Vatican used fire to burn countless vampires in the Middle Ages. This kind of powerful fire makes the bloodline even more afraid. The fire forms a wall. The bloodline doesn't know what to do. The higher they fly, the higher the fire goes up. Lin Luoran's voice rings in Li Shi-er's head, calming her down. You take the 2 kids and go first. Don't worry about Yuan Yi and me. Li Shi-er bites her lip and jumps down with Lin Luodong in her arms. Xiao Xiaomu looks reluctant. Li Shi-er asks him to disperse the white fog. The 4 of them run to the car parked by the road. The fire is about to go out. The golden net is shaking. The bald pen gives up on the bat and flies back to Huang Weijian's hand. The bat is furious. It wants to chase them, but Lin Luoran's eyes are fixed on it. Lin Luoran's eyes are calmer than the moonlight. The bat flaps its wings and stops. Contempt? Is the female cultivator looking down on it? Lin Luoran combs her hair, which is messed up by the night wind. The bead glows, which makes the bat even more confused. Lin Luoran ignores it. She doesn't even look at Yuan Yi, who is still fighting. She steps back from the window. The room is filled with the fragrance of red wine. Lin Luoran and the 2 vampires have drunk 2 bottles of red wine. Don't you care about him? Compared with a few years ago, Crystal feels that Lin Luoran is as calm as a lake, and it is hard to guess what she is thinking. Lin Luoran drinks a lot. She is relieved that Lin Luoran and Huang Weijian have been rescued. At the same time, she feels hungry. The steak on the plate is cold. Lin Luoran touches the steak with her hand and smells the fragrance of burning oil. Riddick can't help but laugh when he sees Crystal being embarrassed. The steak is finished. Lin Luoran also has 2 pieces of cake. When she is about to wipe her mouth, the door is opened and Yuan Yi is escorted in. How did you lose? Lin Luoran knows what he is thinking from his expression. Ask me. Yuan Yi cheers up a little. I was exhausted. Lin Luoran nods. Yuan Yi feels that he has regained his fighting spirit. Crystal and Riddick look gloomy. Chapter 260. If she says no, will the 2 vampires get angry? Now Lin Luoran has nothing to worry about. She even hopes that they will be angry out of shame. It would be great if they shed all pretenses of cordiality. Then they can go home and find their own mothers. However, Crystal doesn't even frown. She raises her eyebrows and says, "We have the technology in Europe. You can provide the formula. A pharmaceutical factory that can monopolize the world market. Are you sure you don't want to consider it? Monopolize the world market?" Lin Luoran's dream has never been this. If monopolizing the world market means leaking the formula left by the ancestors to foreign races with bad intentions, Lin Luoran is more willing to burn them down. If someone tells her to save the people of the world, she will just pick her ears. She drinks the water of the state of Huaxia, eats the rice of the state of Huaxia, and steps on the land of the state of Huaxia. She is weak and she has no energy to save other races. People say that the state of Huaxia is rich and supports the out-of-school children in Africa. What about the children of the state of Huaxia living in remote villages? Why don't other countries support them? When she was in college, a teacher who taught Mao Zedong thought Lin Luoran was a narrow-minded nationalist. Lin Luoran doesn't object at all. Yuan Yi curls his lips and says, "The state of Huaxia is a place full of heroes. There are many talents who can refine medicine. You think too highly of your so-called technology. These bat monsters dare to attack the pharmaceutical factory. Who gave them the courage?" Yuan Yi feels that things may not be so simple. Lin Luoran stands up and says, "It's late at night. I don't want to disturb you. I will not agree to cooperate with you for public or private reasons. Don't mention it again. Yuan Yi, let's go." She pushes the chair away and walks to Yuan Yi. The 2 vampires who are holding Yuan Yi can't help but take a step back because of Lin Luoran's momentum. Riddick smiles and buries his face in his arms. His shoulders tremble slightly. Crystal's voice suddenly becomes sweet. "What should I do? I am more and more interested in you now. Let's not talk about the pharmaceutical factory. Are you sure you don't want to consider the sole partner of the bloodline? Unlike our descendants, we have equal status and power. You and I will live in this world forever. Isn't immortality what you Huaxia cultivators pursue?" Lin Luoran laughs and stops. "Immortality? Let's not talk about whether the blood clan has lived since ancient times until now. If the price of eternal life is to stay with people like you, I'd rather die right now. You're just ghostly creatures that live in the dark and can't even be exposed to sunlight for too long. What makes you think you're worthy of talking about souls? What a joke." Riddick's shoulders tremble more violently and his laughter comes out from his arms. Dana is right. This oriental female cultivator is Crystal's Waterloo. It's so rare for Crystal to be defeated tonight. It's so cute. Whoosh, as soon as the sharp chi of the sword falls, the long solid wood dining table is cut in half from where Riddick is lying. The bowls and plates are smashed all over the floor. The chair Riddick is sitting on moves backward like a ghost. The light of the sword doesn't stop until it reaches the wall. Riddick's sleeves are cut open and the gold cufflinks fall on the floor. Riddick's smile finally freezes. Lin Luoran's sword comes so fast and without any warning. If the sword is aimed at Riddick instead of the solid wood dining table, he will be in great danger even if he can dodge it. "Let's go." Lin Luoran doesn't look at the siblings anymore. She calls Yuan Yi, who is still trying to figure out the sword. The bright sword spins in her right hand, emitting icy blue light. The other vampires are frightened by Lin Luoran's momentum. Nobody dares to step out and stop them. Lin Luoran has been wearing the cheap mask from beginning to end. Her golden mermaid dress is elegant and impeccable. Her back is straight. Yuan Yi is also standing like a javelin. Lin Luoran's skirt is winding, as if it is dragging a pool of golden sand. The ball in the yard has long been interrupted by Li Shi, and others. However, the neon lights are still flashing, and the white fog is still there. The vampires can't look at Lin Luoran directly, maybe because of the golden dress or herself. Lin Luoran and Lin Luoran walk into the yard unhurriedly. Suddenly, a figure rushes out. Her face is pale because of excessive blood loss. Tears are welling up in her eyes. It's the Chinese actress. Lin Luoran thinks that she will beg Lin Luoran to take her away. However, the woman is angry. She points at Lin Luoran and scolds, "How could you? How dare you refuse to be my master's soulmate? Eternal life. How could you say no to the face of youth that will never fade?" Lin Luoran is so disappointed that she laughs in a low voice. "Soulmate? Do you still have a soul? For the so-called eternal youth, you gave up your dignity and became a blood slave of the vampires. Do you think you deserve to talk about soul?" The actress is stunned. She lets Lin Luoran walk past her. The golden dress hurts her eyes. When Lin Luoran and Lin Luoran reach the door, the actress kneels on the ground and cries, "I did nothing wrong. I don't want injections or liposuction. I just want to be young forever. What did I do wrong?" A blue sword light rushes up to the sky. It is Lin Luoran's bright sword. A cyan light follows them. In a few seconds, Lin Luoran and Lin Luoran have already flown out of the sight of the vampires. Crystal is confused. Riddick, she has made rapid progress. Huaxia cultivator's spells, flying swords and other magic weapons are wonderful. I am really worried about the living space of the vampires in the future. Riddick is surprised that his sister can be so sensible. Vampires have no body temperature, but he still puts a coat on her. "We came to Huaxia for living space, didn't we?" Crystal looks ferocious. She suddenly says to the bat standing by the window, "We took the risk to come to Huaxia, which is against the rules. You've seen the strength of Huaxia cultivators. If you're lying, I'll make sure you die a horrible death." The bat is combing its sparse hair and holding the windowsill tightly. It seems that it doesn't hear Crystal's threat. 10,000 years ago, the land of Huaxia was its home. Therefore, its dream is to set foot on the land of Huaxia one day and let the blood bat come back to the world. Lin Luoran makes a phone call to tell Yuan Yi that she is safe. Instead of going home, she flies to Mount Qingqing with Yuan Yi. The sword flies over Qingqing Taoist Temple. Lu Zhen wakes up from meditation. Why is she here at this moment? He changes his clothes and sees the sword landing at the medicine base. After thinking for a while, Lu Zhen closes the door of the temple and walks out. The base is shrouded in darkness. Wood Reiki nourishes the seedlings from time to time. Only the small wooden house on night watch is still lit. The hound barks from time to time. The whole base is quiet and peaceful. Yuan Yi stands with her quietly. In the darkness, he feels that Lin Luoran is not in a good mood. Is it because of the Huaxia woman who is willing to be the servant of the vampire bat? Yuan Yi guesses that this is not the best time to ask. Maybe Lin Luoran just needs to think quietly. "Yuan Yi, why do you like making medicine?" "What? Can those powders be called medicine?" Yuan Yi thinks about it. His master, who has reached the end of his lifespan, has scolded him for trying to make medicine and foundation-laying boluses in such an environment for many times. He said that it is just a pipe dream for a swordsman. A swordsman should focus on swordsmanship. Can it be that in the eyes of his current master, his unsightly powders can also be called medicine? Lin Luoran chuckles softly when he doesn't reply for a long time. A few years ago, when I first started cultivation, I just wanted to make a fortune by being able to distinguish jade from stone. Later, I hoped that cultivation could strengthen my body. Then, I laid foundation step by step. I was poor, ugly, and had no education background. I could never go where I wanted to go and I couldn't afford what I wanted to buy. Who could have thought that in just a few years, I could fly around the world on a sword, eat food with Reiki, open a pharmaceutical factory, and attract the attention of alien races? Yuan Yi, I am not telling you these to show off. I just want to tell you that it is not a shameful thing to have a dream. It is not a shameful thing to have a dream. It is just that some people choose to sell their souls and some choose to work hard in secret and stick to their dreams. Chapter 261. With his excellent performance in the kidnapping incident, Yuan Yi is gradually accepted by the Lin family. Of course, Li Shi-er doesn't think so. She still remembers Yuan Yi, who always quarrels with her and bullies her for no reason. The rabbit fur, made by Lin Luoran, is finally delivered to Lin's house when the weather is obviously getting colder. 3 women play a drama. Li Shi-er is wearing a rabbit fur scarf, Mrs. Lin and Wang Miao-yi are wearing coats, and Lucy is wearing a small jacket. They are chatting around the clothes. Yuan Yi and Xing Tian meet and they come to Lin's house together to report about the pharmaceutical factory. Grandmaster, we have mastered the prescriptions of boluses you gave us. However, we still need a lot of clinical trials to see if they are really effective. Yuan Yi takes out a tray with pills of different colors and sizes on it. It will take at least a few years for Lin Luoran to develop the base without cheating. Before that, she can only buy raw materials. Xing Tian has also negotiated the approval of the pharmaceutical factory. The production line is being shipped from abroad. These samples are all produced on a small scale with test tools. Lin Luoran picks up a pill and throws it into her mouth under everyone's surprised eyes. Master Lin. Xing Tian is totally stunned. Countless people will rush to do medicine testing as long as they are willing to spend money. He really didn't expect that Lin Luoran would take it as easily as eating a candy ball. Lin Luoran closes her eyes and feels the power of the medicine spreading in her body. There is a faint trace of Reiki, but it is a little irritable. This batch of raw materials of Chinese medicine bought by the Mu family is really good. It is a pity that the irritable Reiki can't be removed. It doesn't matter to Lin Luoran, but it is hard to say for ordinary people. The effect is good. However, for sick people, the Reiki is too irritable. There are many things that need to be improved, Yuan Yi. Yuan Yi nods again and again. Although the medicinal materials needed in these prescriptions of bolus are all common things in the world, he feels that the effect of the combination is surprising. Whether it is ordinary Chinese herbs or spirit herbs or exotic flowers, they all contain a certain amount of Reiki. When Reiki reaches a certain level, they become spirit herbs. The violent Reiki of the medicinal powder extracted from these prescriptions of bolus reaches a state of balance. This is simply amazing in today's era. Yuan Yi immediately knows the value of these seemingly ordinary prescriptions of boluses. In his mind, Lin Luoran once sold boluses to the world of cultivation. How did she make them? Is it because of a batch of special prescriptions of boluses like this? Yuan Yi feels that he has come into contact with the core secrets of the Lin family. While feeling anxious, he also feels that the responsibility on his shoulders is heavier. He is already on the side of the Lin family. Keeping the Grandmaster's secret is also keeping himself. Yuan Yi secretly makes up his mind that he must keep the prescription of bolus firmly in his hands and not let outsiders know it. In fact, Lin Luoran doesn't have any special prescriptions of boluses. The prescriptions of boluses she gives to Yuan Yi are all from the incomplete medicine book handed down by the Lin family. However, Yuan Yi misunderstands her. Lin Luoran doesn't know what he is thinking, so she can't explain it. Yuan Yi is very talented. Since he gives Yuan Yi the main medicines in the early stage, Lin Luoran will only give him suggestions at most. She won't force him to do anything. She has something more urgent to deal with. Crystal and her vampires are staying in the old building of the textile school in the western suburb of the R city. It seems that they are going to stay in the state of Huaxia for a long time. Lin Luoran doesn't want them to live under her nose. She doesn't want them to live like this. After several fruitless attempts by the special department, the world of cultivation in the state of Huaxia has to prepare for war. That's right. It has been nearly 100 years since the last international war of cultivators. However, Crystal's arrogance finally annoys the moderate-natured seniors in the state of laying foundation of Huaxia. The longer these bloodlings stayed in Chengdu, the more insecure the safety of the people of China would be. Not to mention those far away, there was already panic in the western suburbs due to the frequent disappearance of people. There were rumors that blood-sucking monsters had appeared in the western suburbs, causing panic among the people. This is the reason why Master Mu, Master Guo, Qin Yun, and the head of the Wen family are ready to settle the score with the vampires, no matter whether Crystal and her people just want to eat fresh human blood or try to transform ordinary people into eastern vampires, they are not allowed to do so. Lin Luoran doesn't hate vampires as much as the old people do. However, when she thinks about the fact that these half-human, half-monster monsters will appear in our city or even the entire state of Huaxia in the future, and that the state of Huaxia is suppressed by the Vatican, the fear and chaos among ordinary people will be inevitable. Instead of wasting a lot of effort to kill the eastern vampires, who used to be their compatriots, more people are willing to stop the vampires in advance. Crystal's family has announced that they will no longer recognize the vampires she brought to the state of Huaxia. The female vampire doesn't care, so Lin Luoran can do nothing about it. The state of Huaxia cannot be touched. It seems that the only way left is to fight. The Japanese country across the sea also receives the news. Those sneaky Japanese cultivators who cultivate shikigami are trying to fish in troubled waters. When Lin Luoran contacted Master Guo on the phone, Master Guo snorted and said that the young cultivators should train their soldiers. It's fine if the Japanese country doesn't do anything, but if they do something, they should suffer. Qin Yun, the minister who is used to being an official, impresses Lin Luoran at this critical moment. In just 1 week, Minister Qin has transferred all the elites of the special department who are on missions around the world back to the R city. These people are strange. They like to live near the Lin family as if it is the backbone. There are also individual cultivators who just want to join in the fun or really want to contribute. They all live around the Lin family. Rong, who is ignorant, finds that there are many strange faces in the high-end apartment with elevators where he lives. It is common for tenants to change, but isn't it too frequent and too sudden? Lu Zheng also hangs out at the Lin family's house. The growth of the soul wood is at a critical moment. Baojia's name is more important to Lin Luoran. She asks Lu Zheng to keep his recent strange movements a secret. It is a luxury for the crazy Taoist to help a cultivator in the level of bearing essence. Lin Luoran doesn't want to interrupt the growth of the soul wood and the crazy Taoist who is in closed-door meditation. There is a kind of replenishing qi bolus at the middle rank of the grade 1 which can instantly replenish a lot of reiki. Lin Luoran has made several batches of it. Before the war, she has been making bolus non-stop. If it weren't for something important today, she wouldn't have the time to talk about clothes with everyone. Lin Luoran looks at the island in the backyard. Goldie's big golden egg is shaking more and more violently. She has a feeling that this weird eagle egg will hatch tonight at the latest. This is obviously a good thing in the gloomy atmosphere. What kind of surprise will the hatched Goldie bring? Lin Luoran is looking forward to it. The blooming period of the laurel has passed. There are only small shriveled yellow flowers left. The fragrance won't come out anymore. The vampires living in the textile college are enjoying the fascinating nightlife in our city. They enjoy all kinds of bars and occasionally have some snacks. Life in the state of Huaxia is not bad. The vampires still have the luxury of the vampires, which is different from the dull England. They feel that they made the right choice to split with Crystal. How can there be such delicious blood in the slender bodies of the Easterners? The blood breeds had long since thrown the ban on developing Eastern descendants to the back of their minds and were immersed in the joy of fresh blood. A basement has been excavated under the textile college. There is a faint moan. A pregnant Chinese woman is sweating because of the pain. Under her, the whole mattress is wet with amniotic fluid. She is on the verge of giving birth. Please, take me to the hospital, please, save my baby. Motherly love helps the pregnant woman overcome the pain with her willpower. She turns over and grabs the leg of Crystal's trousers. The pregnant woman can feel the cold skin of the foreign woman through the cloth, but she doesn't have time to think. It has been more than a month since these foreigners took her here. She doesn't know what they want. Every day, they treat them. Yes, she is not the only one who is taken here. They treat them well. They only keep them in this dark basement. They don't ask for ransom from their families, nor do they want to kill them. They just keep them trapped like this. In desperation, the pregnant woman grabs the leg of Crystal's trousers to ask for help. Is she going to give birth? Crystal frowns. She doesn't like the dirty air in the basement because there are too many people locked in here. The female bloodline with blue eyes answers respectfully, Miss Crystal, to be exact, she is going to hatch. If Lin Luoran were here, she would recognize the voice of this doll-like European girl. It is Princess Qianqian, who led Lin into the ball that day. Hearing that the baby is going to hatch, Crystal relaxes her frown. She has been waiting for this moment for a long time. She even took the initiative to bend down and hold the pregnant woman's hand. In Chinese with a curly accent, she said, "Don't be afraid. You'll be fine. After you give birth, we'll let you go home and give you a lot of compensation. You have to believe in yourself. You'll definitely be able to give birth smoothly." The pregnant woman is just a farm woman. Crystal and the others have been talking in English. She doesn't understand that they use the word hatch to describe the baby. However, because of Crystal's comforting words, the pregnant woman feels grateful and trusts the foreign woman who is holding her hand. Though Crystal's hand is cold, it gives the pregnant woman hope. The pregnant woman holds Crystal's hand tightly. The sharp pain in her lower body soon drowns her. In her half-conscious state, the pregnant woman hears the foreign woman saying in Chinese with an accent, "Come on, you can do it. You will be a good mother. Baby, my baby." After an unknown amount of time, the pregnant woman felt something being squeezed out from her lower body. She was already exhausted. Hearing the baby's cry, she finally couldn't take it anymore. Before she could even look at her child, she fainted. You're tuning into the Blissful Bookshelf YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.